Hey everyone, how are y'all? Marissa, how are you doing? And hey Michelle. Hey Emerald Queen. Stone Gator, how are you? Hey Princess Megan, how are you tonight? Philly Sports, how are you? Irene, how are you? It is so hard, Irene, for me to call you Irene. I'm so used to saying, calling you by your other name. Hey little Miss Michaela, how are you? Hey Julie. Hey Yorkie Mama. I can still call you Kate. Irene, I literally want to call you who said Kate. I was so used to that. Hey, Sandra, how are you? Oh, hey, Stone Gator. Let's see what level. Okay, Stone Gator, I'll have to check it out tonight once I'm done here. Exit Screaming, how are you? Hey, Linda. Okay. Dang, Nightbot was. Oh, never mind. I was going to say Nightbot was on time tonight, but I see he's not. Justine, how are you? Hey, Susan. Oh, 9mm. You should see the mods doing it. I can't keep up with what mod is what whenever they do that. Hey, B, how are you? So, Cowgal, how are you doing tonight? Wait, did I miss Cricket in the room? Where is Cricket in the room at? Ah, Cricket's in the room. How are you? Sandra, thank you, honey. We're happy that you're here with us. Thank everyone for coming and hanging out with us. Michelle, how are you doing tonight? Hey, Judy. Philly sports, me neither. They're saying just as soon as he gets back to Idaho and he goes before the judge, we will get to see the affidavit. And I believe, honestly, and several different people have said that the only reason why he waived extradition is because he doesn't know what's in that probable cause, and him nor his attorney can get it, to find out what is in it until he is back in Idaho. Hey, Aaron, how are you? Do you think so, 9mm? Because I do know that the judge said, today when he signed the waiver, in court, the judge said that he has 10 days to be extradited back. Hey, Honda Civic, how are you? You really think they're gonna drive him though, Princess Megan? Because you realize that's 2,500 miles, and that's a lot of that's a huge risk. I figured they would just throw him on a plane and get him there in just a couple of hours. Hey, James, how are you? I figured if they're gonna whenever they do move him, they're gonna move him at night, and nobody's gonna know that they're moving him. Joanne, how are you? Yeah, I think flying him, I'm sure the marshals, US Marshals will fly him, probably put him in an area of the plane where there's no other passengers and nobody'll know when they're moving him. Because I mean, if you just think about it in a car, they have to stop for gas, they have to stop for food. It's 2,500 miles. They would probably have to stop to sleep. Hey, Justice Jane, how are you? Um, so I figured flying would be quicker and easier. The release of the affidavit. I think the gag order, and I do have it. I'm gonna read it here in a little bit, but I think um, it's basically the Moscow Police Department are not to talk to the media, to the public, or anything like that. Let's see, did you see where Yorkie Mama, the body cam footage that I watched today for December the 15th was somewhere in Indiana. And I have it also I'm gonna show because I don't know if everybody's got to watch it today. The press conference that was put out after he went to court, I don't know if I haven't even got to watch that whole thing yet. So I only got to watch, like, bits and pieces of it, so I'm gonna play it tonight as well because 'cause I'm sure there may be some people that didn't get a chance to watch it. Laura, how are you? And I know that they said that they're accommodating him as far as, like, his vegan diet, um, but he did request to talk to his family in private. "Hey, Joanne and Cowboy, how are you?" And they turned that down. They won't allow him to speak with his parents or his family as far as that. And plus, if they drive him, like, they'd have to stop for bathroom breaks and all that. So I think that flying is probably safer and quicker. So I just sent an email, but you have it. I think you just said, okay, let me check your email real quick, Stone Gator. Oh, and yes, one other thing. I don't know if everyone in here, I know some of y'all probably do, but Miss Daisy with shit, what is her channel name? Crime Crazy and Critters on the Farm or something like that. And then Jinkies, which is Miss Daisy's sister. I don't know if y'all remember their niece Amanda. She was in an accident several months ago. Hey, Cheryl. Well, it was someone had said that they had read on one of their community pages today that Amanda had passed away this morning. So if y'all will, uh, keep their family in your prayers. Okay, they can only talk on the phone, but I bet they don't even know how to set up a Joe phone account. I don't know. I would figure Honda Civic, maybe his attorney would help him with that. I don't know. Hey, Sway, how are you? Annette P, how are you doing? Hey, Karen. Well, when was it? It was put on her thing about her passing away this morning, I thought. Let's see. Wait, hold on. Let's see. I sent a boatload of stuff in email earlier, accidentally. Sorry, lost it. Didn't mean to send so many computer. Okay, B, I did see I got, let's see, one, two, three. I haven't had a chance to look at them though. Four. I see I got four emails from you. But I haven't been home today. I got like several emails from Sinful Butterfly that I haven't had a chance to look at. Uh, who else was it? Christy, I did get yours. Okay, and B, I did get yours. Let's see, what is this? Big Al sent something to me. I literally, okay, he tagged me in that, so I know what that is. I have been um super busy today. Okay, get back into my chat. Let's see, he's vegan. Does that mean he probably didn't skin it? Lawnmower Man, I don't know. Some people are saying that they don't think he did. Some people are saying he did. Honestly, I wouldn't put it past him if he did do that, really. Bonnie, I'm never ready, a waste of time, honey. I'm sitting here saying hi to everyone who comes in my chat like I do every other night. And Bonnie, how are you doing? Yeah, Lawnmower Man, I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me if he did it, honestly. Okay. I don't know why people have to come in and be so damn rude. It's ridiculous. Mm. See my email. Right, Stone Gator. I didn't mean to say your first name. I'm sorry. I thought about it after I said it. Let's see. My opinion, he's a psycho that wants attention. Oh, yeah, he's loving this attention, y'all. Don't let him fool you. Hold on, I gotta get to my downloads. I clicked on the wrong thing. All right, so I got something. I'm gonna pull up my screenshots first because there is something I want to show y'all. Hey, Izzy, how are you? I want to show y'all this real quick. This is actually a screenshot off of the body cam footage. There's a spot on the screenshot that I want to get y'all's opinion on. Okay, wait. Not all vegans adhere to a vegan diet for moral and ethical views. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Irene. Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if he did that dog like that. Okay, so this is just a screenshot from the uh the body cam footage. This is when the cop, hey Jim J, how are you? Hey Shane. When the cop walks up to the car, he literally looks like he's scared shitless. Almost like he was scared. Um, like he thought that he was caught. They did say in the body cam footage that they had just been pulled over like an hour before that. And the first time was for speed, and this time was because they were tailgating. They were so too close to the truck in front of them. And this officer here didn't give him a ticket or anything like that. But I want to show y'all something right here. And if I zoom it in too much, it's going to be hard to tell. But can y'all see right here on the outside of his right arm, like between his wrist area and the end of his shirt sleeve? Does that look like a cut to y'all? Like that dark line right there? Oh, crickets in the room, yes. Total inconvenience to him. He loves the attention from the public. And put a 1 in the chat if y'all think that that's a cut. Put a 2 if y'all don't think it is. But yeah, he's loving the attention from from, social media and the public and all this and that. Not so much, I don't think, from the police. Alright, so a lot of y'all are saying 1, y'all think it is. I thought at first, and I seen someone just said that it looks like the hair on his arm, and I thought at first maybe that's what it was. Some men, like, it'll the the arm hair will kinda, like, gather up in a certain spot or just the way it lays on their arm or whatever. Um, I thought maybe that's what it was at first. Hey, Vapor, how are you? Brown Bear, how are you? But the more I looked at it, it literally looks like a cut. And I don't know if that could have been maybe when he got into it with one of the victims and they were fighting and maybe the knife got turned somehow and it cut his arm. Maria, how are you? Um, or what? And you have to remember this is on December the 15th, so this was, let's see, 32 days after the murders. Hey, Moonville. Maybe a girl grabbed his wrist and scratched him. Yeah, the knuckle on the right hand also, right here. I don't know if y'all can see that or not. Oh, let me move that out of the way. Well, shit. Okay. Hey, King Scarlet, how are you? Let's see. So I can't tell for sure. I do know that whenever on the video of him walking into court, his wrist, which they did have cuffs on him, they had a belt on him, I think, and the cuffs, like, his arms look red around his wrist and stuff, and that just could have been where he was moving with the cuffs on, but this spot here, like, the more I look at it, like, it looks like a cut. Hey, Joe, how are you? And my JZ, how are you tonight? Let's see, I think he cut his hair after the memorial. I still think that was him, and I wanna get y'all's opinion on that too. Matter of fact, well, Imma show y'all, something else here in a minute. Zoom out. Okay. That's as far as I can zoom out on it. His expression is priceless. And see, the sad part about it, though, is that, like, the Indiana police didn't even know that he was a suspect in these murders. Had they had known the first time he was pulled over, they would have arrested his ass on the spot. But he is just in this screenshot, it literally looks like he's scared. He, like somebody said, feels like it's an inconvenience to him. Um, he's probably mad. It's probably he thinks is wasting his time being pulled over. Um, this was like I think they said the second time in an hour that he had been pulled over by the police in Indiana. And the dad is just like looking up at the cop, you know. And I think somebody said something about the dad had mentioned something to the cop, and I'm gonna have to listen to it again when I'm playing it tonight. That they were on their way back from Washington to Pennsylvania, and something about that there was a guy at the college that was threatening people and all that, which we know was several weeks ago. That's when the police had to go in and the guy was, like, threatening his roommates, and the police had to take him out. But his dad doesn't say anything about the Idaho 4 murders. "Hey, Lights, how are you?" It was, there was somebody that was threatening people at the other college. Yorkie mom, it was in an unmarked car, this one here that pulled him over. Now, I don't know if it was one of the unmarked cars that still have the decals on it, you just can't see it unless you look at the car right, but it looked like an unmarked car to me. Yeah, he didn't get no tickets or anything. Daylight, how are you? So, yeah, he looks super pissed. "Hey, girly girl." He is just irritated, he's mad, he's not liking the attention from the police, but I just wanted to ask about the spot on his arm, if y'all thought that maybe that was a cut. Joanne, the first time he was pulled over, it was for speeding, and then this time here, the speeding body cam footage, for whatever reason, they are not releasing it. They are saying that it could be pertinent to the investigation. This body cam footage here that the screenshot is from was from the second time that they were pulled over, and they did release it, and he was pulled over this time for tailgating. He was driving too close to the vehicle that was in front of him. Let's see, spot on wrist looks like stitches to mom and me, like he went to the ER after the crimes and had it sewed up. Okay. I mean, it could be stitches. I literally thought it was just the way his arm hair laid. And Philly Sports, thank you so much for becoming a member and welcome to the family. I literally thought it was just how the hair on his arm, laid, or it could have been maybe from his shirt sleeve or from his jacket or whatever, but the more I look at it, it really does look like a cut. Okay, so, Kara, my husband actually had to show me how he was thinking that it could be a cut. If you're holding a knife in your hand and you're like, and I'm not gonna try to be graphic with this, but if you're holding a knife in your hand and you're stabbing someone, like you would throw a ball, like overhand, I guess is what you would call it, and you get into a fight with someone. Okay, so if I'll check in just 1 second, and you're into an altercation with someone, and they hit your hand or they grab your arm or just any little thing that can cause your hand to twist or bend or anything like that, it can cause the knife to go down beside of your arm. And it's kind of hard to explain, but yeah, so if your wrist bent, the knife blade would then go down to like the outside of your arm right there. I literally didn't understand it until my husband had to demonstrate it to me earlier. Um, what he was saying. That's the only way I can really explain it. But after he showed me, it did make sense that it could have, it could have bent down to the side of his arm, when he was fighting, with if him and Ethan were fighting, or if Xana was fighting him back or whatever, because, we've heard from Kaylee's dad that there was a hell of a how did her dad say it? A hell of an altercation or something like that on the 2nd floor. Let's see, also could be only place a person under him could scratch that hard. Right. Honestly, I would hope that that was a scratch. A hell of a struggle, that was it, B. He said that there was a hell of a struggle on the 2nd floor. Okay, I know Lawnmower Man. I don't like looking at his face either. I'm gonna get him off the screen. And he also said, and I've gotta listen for this also whenever I play the body cam footage, that something about when he tells the cop that he was pulled over before, he said that he was pulled over by, an officer that was in an SUV, and this cop that's in this body cam footage tells him that they don't have SUVs. The date that he was stopped was December the 15th. Honestly, B, I hope Ethan whooped his ass, honestly, 'cause that's what he deserves. Alright, let me go. I'm gonna try to get all of my screenshots out of the way first. Alright, let me read this also because this is a press release that was put out today. Get this down off the screen. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm trying to get back down here. Okay. Oh, alright, so this was a press release from Moscow homicide case. Uh, it's January the 3rd, so it was dated today. And it says the Moscow Police Department is providing the following information to update the public on the ongoing homicide investigation and court processes. Let's see. On January the 3rd, 2023, Latah County Magistrate Judge Megan Marshall issued a non-dissemination order in regard to the murder case against Bryan Christopher Kohberger. The order prohibits any communications by investigators, law enforcement personnel, attorneys, and agents of the prosecuting attorney or defense attorney concerning this case. A copy of the order can be found on our website, and due to the court order, the Moscow Police Department will no longer be communicating with the public or the media regarding the case. And I also have uh, the court order as well that I'm going to show. Let's see, they told him to pin. It could have been an SUV that was following him, could have pulled him over to see. I I'm wondering though, Shane, like if it was like FBI or somebody following him, uh did they pull him over to maybe like get his license or something like that to try to get some type of DNA off of it? Because it was said, "Hey, Wolfpack, how are you?" That he tells the officer in this body cam footage that he got pulled over earlier by an officer in an SUV, and the officer's like, "Well, we don't have SUVs," because the officers that was in this body cam footage was in a Dodge Charger. Alright, okay, so this is one I wanted to show y'all because I wanna get your opinion on something. This is him today as he was going into the courthouse to go to court. Alright, now, I showed y'all the video yesterday along with the screenshots of him at or who we think possibly could be Bryan at the Vigil. Let's see, may have been undercovers. It could have been daylight. So, after you're seeing because this would be the same side view as what we saw on the video of the Vigil. After you're looking at this one and we looked at the one from yesterday, do y'all think now that possibly that was him at the Vigil that walked across in front of the camera? Okay. Hey, alien dog, how are you? And Jetta from Texas, how are you? All right, so if you think that it's him, because I know a lot of people yesterday said that they didn't think that it was him. So if you think that it's him, put a one in the chat. Hey, La Chica, how are you? A friend of his said that he had knows. Okay, so I think I'm getting a lot more ones tonight than what I got last night. Because I know last night a lot of people were thinking, it was either it wasn't him or they wasn't sure. Okay. Cyber hype is 50-50. I mean, after I saw this side view, it I think it's him. And Crime Crazy, if I send this picture to you, can you do a side by side with the one from the screenshot from me last night on the video that I showed where he's walking across at the vigil? Or Sifa, you want to do it? Because I'll send it to Sifa that because Crime Crazy's got her grandbaby, so I'll send it to. All right, hold on, Sifa. I'm gonna send this to you in an email. Oh, focus. And I do have the video of him walking into. Okay, Crime Crazy, that's fine. Um, I do have the video also of him walking into the courtroom or to the not the courtroom, the courthouse today, which is what the screenshot was taken off of. Rebel Ray, how are you? Let's see. Finn, I agree. I think that's what he was wanting to be. Um, let's see. Better side of him. Okay, Jim J, I may have another screenshot of him walking in. I'd have to go through and see what all I've got. Let's see. Simple butterfly sent one. Okay, give me just a second, y'all, and let me go to my email and look. Message today. I haven't looked, Vapor. I'll have to go back and look. Let's see here. All right, give me just a second and let me get into my other email. Okay, Simple Butterfly, when did you send it to me? 'Cause let me look, 'cause I did look at some of yours, some of the screenshots. Why is it not pulling the screenshot up now? Fien, I am too. I'm super happy now, the whole process begins of getting him back to Idaho and, you know, s starting to get justice for these kids and getting closure for these families. Okay, so you don't think it's him at the student vigil? Okay, why is this not pulling the screenshot up? Uh, oh, wait a minute. Okay, so I'll have to go back to this one because that was interesting too. Okay, Simple Butterfly, are you talking about the one that you put next to Bundy? Is that the one you're talking about? All right, I can do this one, but I'm gonna have to crop it real quick. See, I'm starting to think his motive was an experiment for him. Fan, thank you. That is crazy. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't put it past him. Okay, so Simple Butterfly, I did find one where he's inside of the courthouse and he's fixing to walk into the courtroom. Is that the one? And it's got like a side shot of him. Hey Casey, how are you? And Casey, how are you doing? All right, so that's the one I just downloaded, but I'm gonna have to crop it real quick because it's got other names on it. I truly think he was an angry incel. That makes sense, small town girl. Okay, so that's the one I got, Simple Butterfly. So let me crop it real quick, y'all. I just want to get everyone's name and everything off of here. Okay, going. Oh, shit. Into court. I'm just naming the picture. Okay. All right. Now let me pull this one up because this one, after I cropped it, it was a little bit easier to see now. It's up close a little bit more. Okay, so the sheriff said that they're flighting him. Okay, thank you, Sifa. When did they release any details on them moving him? I thought they said they wasn't gonna discuss it, which I honestly, yes, Rebel, I agree with you. I think that they should fly. I think it would be quicker, it would be safer and easier. Because like I said, if you're driving 2,500 miles with this guy, you gotta stop for bathroom breaks. You gotta stop for food. You're gonna have to stop to sleep. It's just too dangerous. You may have people who hate this man and wanna hurt him, and they may do something to, the convoy of cars that's escorting him back to Idaho, or you may have a bunch of dumbass people who think that he's completely innocent and wanna try to save him and do something. Yeah, Wolfpack, I haven't heard anything either. What I just know that the judge said that they have after he signed his waiver today in court, that they have 10 days to extradite him back to Idaho. Okay, and well, I'm gonna leave this pulled up. I know y'all don't wanna look at him, but I'm switching emails to get the side by side. So give me 1 second. As soon as I get this other one. Wait, which one is it? It's this one. Okay, let me download this one. Okay, I'm gonna download both of these. I got Crime Crazies and Syphas. And then that way we can look at. Okay. You sent me two? Oh, wait. I see the other one now. Okay, well, the first one, wait, the first one's got the same as the second one, so I'll just use the second one because it's got both of them on there. All right, give me just a second. Let me get him. Let's see. Once word got out about him not fighting extradition, I'm sure they made plans for a private plane. He should be back in Moscow tonight, if not already. Good, because hopefully, if he goes back tonight, then first thing in the morning, he's gonna go before the judge in Idaho. And then once he does that, they will unseal the affidavit, read what he's being charged with and why, and we'll know everything then. So I gotta go to town tomorrow, but if that affidavit comes out, I may just have to go live while sitting in the grocery store parking lot, y'all. So if I just go live in the middle of the day, y'all know why. All right, because it'll be a spur of the moment thing. Yeah, Fern, I figured they would do it like at night. I mean, that would have made sense to do it at night. Okay. The 9 millimeter, they're just babies. Okay. I don't know how old they are, but they're babies. All right. Let me bring this one up. Okay, so this is the one Sifa sent me, and then I'm gonna get the one that Crime Crazy sent to me. So the one in the blue jacket is him is the guy at the vigil. Then the other two is going to court and leaving court. 18 and 20. Yes, they're just babies, 9 millimeter. That's all they are. Let's see. Extradition allows him to move. It allows him more quickly learn what the police have on him. Yes, that was what was said today. Because in order for him to know what that affidavit has in it, him nor his attorney can get it until he is back in Idaho. So a lot of people are thinking that that's the reason why he went ahead and waived it, so he can find out what's on it. Hairline around the ear is different. Okay, so the vigil was held on November the 30th, which would have been the blue jacket. And then this one would have been today, January the 3rd. So little over a month. I wonder though, because I mean, even the hair doesn't look the same. I'm wondering if he got a haircut at some point. And I wish this one over here in the blue jacket would have been more clear. Hey, Kat, how are you? Okay. Hey, Deetra, how are you tonight? Hey, Trollop. And y'all, if I haven't spoken to someone who just came in, I do apologize. Giraffe Lover, how are you? Alright, so there's that one. It's hard to tell because the one in the middle and the one in the blue jacket, the head doesn't seem like it's sitting the same way. Let's see. Vigil guys, his hands hidden in pockets. Yes. And a lot of people were thinking that he was like a big dude, but he's not. They said that he had the what do they call it? A suicide smock that they're making him wear. That's what he has on underneath his red jumpsuit. Okay. Hey Huda, how are you? All right, now I need to go. Okay, so this is the one that Crime Crazy sent to me. Thank you, Finn. Watch News Nation Ashley. Okay, I do actually have a couple of News Nation ones wrote down here to show tonight, just different people, giving their opinion. I think one of them is uh, a former CIA and FBI agent that speaks on it. Okay. Yeah, Exit Screaming is actually a red jumpsuit. For some reason, the one picture though does look like it's orange, but it's actually red. Okay, Idaho, Moscow put the yeah, they did. They put a gag order out. Hey, Street Legal, how are you? I was late again, so I'll just go ahead and report myself. Now you're not too late, Street Legal. I've only been live 41 minutes, and like the first 15, I was saying hi to everyone. So, all right, let me go to the next one. Wait, why is it? I went the wrong way, y'all. Sorry. Yeah, that's the one I just showed. Okay, should have deleted that one. All right, so now y'all don't think it's him that was there? Wait, let's see. Called a turtleneck how he is holding his head at the vigil trying to make appearance smaller. That makes sense. Let me go back to it. Oh shit, wrong way again. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, because he's like got his shirt collar pulled up a little bit on around his neck, got his jacket pulled up a little bit. I wonder if he was hiding scratches or something on his neck. Marissa, you're very welcome, honey. I think it's him, but that's just my opinion. It's really hard to tell as far as the guy at the vigil because we're not seeing him directly in his face. So I can't say 100% that it's him. I think that it is him at the vigil. Bryan has a nicer skull, to be honest. I don't know, cause it's literally like the dude at the vigil is holding his head different. Laura, he could be, I mean, if that is him, uh, he could be holding, putting his hands in his pockets trying to hide an injury or something like that. Now, in the jail ones, y'all gotta remember also he's got shackles on and he's got a belt with cuffs on. So he can't walk with the shackles like he did, like the guy in the video at the vigil did. Um, the shackles are maybe, I doubt even 2 foot long. So, you can't walk as good as you would if you didn't have them on. His neck looks shorter. Yeah, I think the neck looks shorter because of the shirt and the jacket being on. And I think he was walking like he was sore. at the vigil, this guy was. If it's him, even if it's not him, the guy at the vigil was the way he was walking was like he had a leg injury or something like that. It was just he wasn't walking normal. It's almost like he was stiff. I don't know, Marissa. Now I know that like the students at WSU, they talked about how he acted, um, after the murders. Sway, have a good night. How he acted, he was more talkative and, his grading, the way he graded papers was different and stuff like that. But I didn't hear any of them say anything about noticing any type of injuries on his hands, arms, neck. I haven't heard any of them say anything like that. Street legal, the date of the vigil was November the 30th. Okay. Do you think he would have showed up in his white Elantra though? At that time, they wasn't looking for the white Elantra, or if they were, they hadn't put it out to the public. I just wish the visual picture would have been a little bit more clear. That's the only thing that's messing it up. It's not as clear as what the other 2 pictures are, and it makes it hard to tell. I don't they were saying it was his suicide smock that he had on. Because at first I thought it was a vest, but then one of the news, I think Bryan was the one that said that it was a smock that he had on under it because they were making him wear it 24 hours a day. I know, Shane, that's what's so bad. Let's see, was this Rebel Raid? That is the only time that, yeah, that he was on camera. And no, Cheryl, he wasn't because the court today was in Pennsylvania. But Kaylee's dad did say that once this dude gets back to Idaho, he is going to be at his court date. Okay, pick is too blurry. Yeah, that's the only thing about it. And hey, Sniper, how are you? The pic on the right, it's too blurry to tell if he's the same dude. That's the only thing. I wish we would have had a clear picture of him, this dude in the blue jacket, like looking straight ahead, like straight in his face. I know who that's gotta be. Just imagine the students that he had. Right, 9 millimeter, and that's what they were saying that he had on under it. Because I literally thought it was a bulletproof vest too, which would have made sense, taking him into court and all that, and he's gotta walk out in the public to get into the courthouse. And then I think it was Brian Enton is the one that said that he had the smock on, that they were making him wear it 24 hours a day. Alright, so I'm gonna get this dude off the screen, y'all, because 'cause I'm kinda tired of looking at him, and I still gotta watch the body cam footage as well. The guy in the blue looks way younger than 30. Okay. Alright, give me just a second, I gotta get my notes only over here. Okay. Give me just one second, y'all. I'm just trying to get my everything off my screen because 'cause I'm really tired of looking at these pictures. Okay, hey, Miss Puddin', how are you? Alright, I need to go over to Twitter real quick. Yeah, the nerve to stick his tongue out at the reporters. Oh, wow, I didn't see that. They did say, though, that whenever he went into the courtroom, that he made eye contact with his family, which his mom, dad, and 2 sisters were sitting on the front row, and they said that his mom was, um, crying, and one of the officers in the courtroom had given her some tissue. And then they said that whenever he got up, like, after the court was over with and he got up to leave out, he looks over at his family and he mouths to them, "I love you." My whole thing is if you love your family and you see your mom sitting here crying, why would you wanna put your family through this? Not to mention the victim and their families, but why would you wanna put your own family through it? It didn't make sense to me. Alright, so I gotta find because Big Al had actually emailed this to me and then the body cam footage. So it made it super easy to find. Oh shit, that's not what I wanted because I can't see nothing. Okay. Blue jacket is definitely hiding the neck. Yeah, I think the jacket, it looks like the shirt underneath it. Um, I can't tell if it's like the turtleneck shirt, but it looks like the neck of the shirt is hiding his neck. Like I said, I don't know. He may have scratches on his neck or something, and he was trying to hide that. All right. Okay, so is anybody in here who has not saw the body cam footage from December the 15th where him and his dad get pulled over? I mean, if the affidavit comes out tomorrow and I'm in town, my mother-in-law gotta take her to go buy groceries. If she's in the store, I'll go live in the parking lot, so I can put it out real quick. Okay, so so I just want to make sure that I'm not gonna be playing it. Hold on one second, y'all. Okay. All right, so several of y'all haven't. So I just wanted to make sure because I didn't want to play it again if everybody's done seen it because you do see the dude in the body cam footage, like, which is the same screenshot that I showed a second ago. All right, let me get it pulled up here, y'all. And thank you to Big Al. I don't know if he's in here or not, but thank you, Big Al, if you're in here for tagging me in this. Made it so much easier to go to. Okay. Make sure everything is up. The settings are right. Yes. Okay. And if y'all cannot hear it, just let me know.
Who wants to take your license and registration? What was I stopped you when you're driving by me there? You're a little too close to back that semi. About one car in the back of this trailer. About one car in 10 miles an hour. So going 60 or 70 miles an hour. About 6 or 7 cars. Oh, you guys did? Yeah. So. You got stopped by a trooper? We don't have any SUVs. It was a county guy. Was it like a black SUV? Yeah. Okay. All right. You thought you guys were following too closely? Okay. Today? Well, I'm not going to give you guys another ticket or warning if you just got stopped. Just make sure you give yourself plenty of room, okay? So like I said, it's all about how fast you're going, okay? So if you're going 10 miles an hour, you only need one car. Or if you're going, so the speed limit here is 7. If you're going 70 miles an hour, you need 7 cars. Yeah. That's the easy way to explain it. Yeah. It's really, it's in the B&B man says 2 seconds. right. You guys have a safe trip. Where y'all heading?
Thank you so much.
Where y'all heading to? Huh? Where at? Yeah, it's a long haul. You guys scared of airplanes? Did you? Okay. All right, well, hey, peace out, safe trip.
Thank you,
Safe.
sir.
Okay. So that was the end of the video. It was just it showed and the reason why the officer's body cam pointed towards the ground is because he was bent over looking into the car, through the window, and whenever he bent over, it caused the body cam to point towards the ground. Okay, just a second, I'm just marking off stuff that I've done showed. But yes, he did say that he got pulled over and that, uh, the cop asked him if it was by a state trooper, and Bryan says it was the guy in an SUV, and the officer was like, "Well, we don't have SUVs." So it must have been a county officer that had pulled him over before, whatever county, uh, he was in. A rebel that time in that body cam footage we just watched, he got pulled over for tailgating. One second, y'all. All right, let me get my next thing pulled up here because I do have another screenshot that I want to show y'all and find out if y'all think this is him. Just give me just 1 second, y'all. Okay, here because oh, you're welcome, Rebel Ray. Today is the day. How are you? Let's see. In my opinion, he was planning to return next semester with a different car. Peas in a pod, that could be a possibility, but I also did hear that he was supposed to go. It was either the day after he got arrested or the following Monday. It was said that I forgot which one of those 2 days, but um, it was said that he was supposed to be leaving and going to South America. Okay, so the one on the left in this picture is one of his accounts that he was using to post stuff on, and that was the profile picture. The other one on the right is him, his actual uh, part of his face. The reason why I'm showing this side by side is I wanted to see if everyone, if you think that this is Bryan in the left side, put a one in the chat, and if you don't think it is, put a two. And if you notice, like the nose. Yeah, the nose matches. I mean, it's hard to tell with the eyes, um, because on the one on the left, you can't really see the color of his eyes and all that, but just by looking at the nose. Yeah, this his nose takes a right while his face is going left. Alexander, how are you? All right. So even the eyes to me. Okay. All right. So y'all, most of y'all are saying, yeah, y'all think that it's him. Hey, Ken, how are you? Or maybe or something, but could be, I guess. I mean, yeah, the nose is like a dead giveaway, I think. Annette the Crow, how are you? Let's see, I heard of Grizzly Love that the Reddit post does link to one of his emails. Annette the Crow, I've heard that too. That somebody had, I don't know if it was verified that it was him on Reddit, but a lot of people are saying um, that it was him. Hold on, let me answer this back real quick, y'all. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Okay, I just had to answer that text back real quick. So Irene, the pic on the left is from one of, and I forgot the name of it. Crime Circus has said the name on one of his videos, and I cannot remember the name. It's shit, what is it? I can't remember it. But anyway, this account or this profile picture for it, the account was posting on Reddit and like different social medias. Um, and a lot of people took that profile picture and thought that it was him because of the way the nose is, and a lot of people thought that it was him. Honestly, to me, like, the nose is a match. I think it's him, but once again, it's one of those issues where you can't, like, because it's not showing his entire face. Hold on 1 second, let me see what this is. Wait, I don't have this. Hold on, y'all. Let me see what this is. 1 second. January 3rd. Free will to volunteer. Oh, no, Crime Crazy. I did not have this. Thank you. All right, let me see. Okay. All right, let me. It was Inside or something. Was it called Inside Looker? Was that the name of it? I think it was called Inside Looker was the name of the, um, the profile. Inside Looking. Hey, Fuzzy. Okay, let me write that down because I remember seeing it on, um, Crime Circus, but I couldn't remember. I knew it was something Looking or Looker or something like that. Okay, Inside Looking Out. Okay, and let me write that down real quick, y'all. And this dude was literally, like, posting stuff on Reddit, uh, where he was trying to correct people on what happened. Yeah, and that is true too, Shane. They're saying that there hasn't been another post from this Inside Looking Out or whatever his name is. Um, like, there hasn't been any more activity since Bryan got arrested. And a lot of people think it was him. He was sitting there posting stuff. There would be like at times he would correct people on what they would say, and he'd be like, "No, it was this." Then he said on one post, if I remember correctly, uh, that Ethan didn't live there and Kaylee didn't live there anymore. And so really they wasn't supposed to be there, but and this is just paraphrasing because I don't remember verbatim how the post was how it read. Um, but that Xana and Maddie were the 2 targets. And we all know that Xana and Maddie both worked at Mad Greek. Mad Greek was not a vegan restaurant, but they had a vegan menu or a vegan option. And we know Brian is vegan. So I'm wondering if he went there and maybe he saw them, maybe he saw Maddie or uh Xana. Maybe he liked them, maybe he thought that they might have flirted with him when they were just being nice. Um, yeah, said that he came in from the sliding the wasn't it he went in to the house from the sliding door and then he left out from the sliding door? Hold on, let me answer this back. Because there was several different posts that I heard on another video today. I just can't remember what all they said because I was doing 10,000 other things. Hey, C Star, how are you? Okay, and then it showed something about he went to Ethan and Xana's room first and then went upstairs to Kaylee and Maddie's room. Princess Megan, hopefully, if he is on a plane back to Moscow tonight, that first thing in the morning, he goes before the judge. So that affidavit is unsealed because we need to see the probable cause. That's going to tell us what led them to him, what evidence they had. Like, it's going to tell us a lot, but it can't be unsealed until he gets back in Idaho. Okay, so Sifa did try to enhance that other picture with the one with the blue jacket. So I'm fixing to pull that picture back up here real quick. Oh, B, I sent you something that sounds familiar, but the account name was different. Okay, B, thank you. I'll check it out in just one second. All right, and let me make sure that that's okay. Wait, when did I hold on? Okay, this is on Troll. Did you send that to me? I where the hell did I get the screenshot? Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up real quick, y'all, because I don't know where I got the screen. Hold on. It's that Gerard dude that does Twitter. Oh, okay. So Troll said he sent it to me last night, but I didn't pull it up and I don't remember. But I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up real quick too, y'all. I'm trying to get through all of my screenshots so I can get into the video so I don't have to talk as much. Okay. And then I'm gonna jump into my email in just one second. Let's see. Mandy, I sent you one. Okay, Mandy, I'm gonna check in just a second, okay, honey? Hey JP, how are you? Yes, I do also have the gag order, but I have to go to Twitter to pull that up. So I'm gonna do that um before I get into all the other videos. Hey Jennifer, how are you? Don't US Marshals escort by helicopter? I don't know, James. That's a good question. Okay, so Troll said that he sent this to me last night. I don't remember it. I literally just seen it in my screenshots. Let's see. I just emailed you his archive post on Reddit. His account is deleted, but people screen captured them before. Okay, thank you, Small Town Girl. And that's the one, Small Town Girl. That's the post that I was just talking about. Okay, not only is his Reddit account not active anymore, it's been deleted. I wonder who deleted it though. I wonder if it was done before like right before he was arrested, or if they deleted it after he got arrested. Okay, so real quick, hold on. Okay. All right. So this is from the Gerard guy. Hey, the suspect way. How are you? Um, yeah, and see, this is why I don't remember it because I would have remembered about him allegedly recording some of it. All right, but it says a secondary source tells me that Bryan Kohberger may have recorded some or all of his four-part murderous assault on some kind of body camera, and that he has entrusted the memory card to his so far unnamed accessory. Working to verify this, it validated this as damning evidence. Okay, so this Gerard guy, if y'all follow him on Twitter, he has been saying in several of his tweets that there is an accessory. Um, in one of his tweets, he says something about it was either accessory before the fact or an accessory after the fact. If and I could be wrong about this, but this is just my opinion. If Wait, Marissa, this was posted on our Facebook group? It might have been. I just don't remember this. Because and Troll said it was like 5 o'clock this morning when he sent it to me. So definitely acted alone. He's too selfish. I think that he did the murders on his own, but I'm wondering if he had someone sitting out in the car waiting on him, kind of like a lookout. Okay, that is what I'm saying the other night with his psyche. He would have recorded his skills. It's his prized possession even more than the knife. I remember you saying that the other night, Vapor. But I'm wondering though, like if there is an accessory before the fact or an accessory after the fact, I'm wondering if the accessory before the fact, maybe a student um, that he got to help him as far as just a lookout, but not the actual murders. See, it might have been deleted by Reddick at the request of Ellie because it could be considered evidence for the prosecution. It could be. Maybe they got him to delete it or whatever. Let me. Okay, I think he buried the knife. But I'm thinking, okay, so if it's accessory after the fact, I'm wondering if the accessory after the fact is his dad. Or twice. Today is the day they didn't question it. They didn't know that he was wanted at that time that they pulled him over. I mean, if they would have knew, I can't believe that the second cop didn't run his license. Didn't ask for a license, didn't even ask for a name. "Hey, Jody, it's cool, how are you?" And didn't ask his name or anything from what I could understand on the body cam. Um, but I would have figured they would have still ran his license at least. Car during the Indiana stop. Okay, he hid the knife. That is his trophy, a psychopath. I don't think he got rid of the knife. Maybe hid it, yeah. I don't think he got completely rid of it, though. Okay. Hey, Tracy, how are you? Give me just a second. I gotta answer this text back. Oh, shit, y'all. I've got to turn off somehow figure out the autocorrect thing on my phone. Hey, Evie. Okay, his study was talking to murder, so if he held that over someone, they wouldn't tell on him. I mean, I honestly, I think the stuff that he was asking, that survey thing that he asked when he was at DeSale University, I honestly think that either he was using those people's experiences to plan the perfect murder, or he was using those people's experiences to get the perfect accomplice. And I can't believe I did not see this right here whenever Charles sent it to me last night. That is crazy. Oh, Irene, I hate autocorrect. I gotta cut it off on my phone because every time I try to put something in there, I have to type it like 4 times before it actually sticks. All right, let me make sure that was all of my. Hold on. Let me grab the other picture that Sifa did real quick because he did try to enhance it a little bit. Let's see if you look at the side by side, his head in the video is tilted up. Yes, I actually do have some side by sides. I'm fixing to grab it right now of the dude in the Vigil video, and then also of him going into court and leaving court today. So I'm fixing to pull that up real quick. I do apologize. My voice sounds horrible. Um, but my throat is not completely held up. Okay, I think this is it. Did you notice the first speaker, the presser says, did y'all hear? Oh, wait, I just now thought about this when I saw Marissa say that. Did y'all hear where Kaylee's dad talked tonight? And he says that, um, how did he put? He was talking about he says these people. We need to get these people. I'm gonna have to find that. Yes, Kaylee's daddy is gonna look him straight in the eye because he said, "I want him to know that we are not going away." But he said he keeps mentioning something about these people, and I'm gonna have to find that video so y'all can hear it tonight. I literally just whenever I see Marissa say that, where did Marissa's thing go? Did you notice the first speaker, the presser said suspects, and then yes, and that made me think of what her dad said about these people. All right, let me pull this up real quick, y'all. Okay, so Sifa went back and tried to enhance it a little bit where it would clear it up. Um, and Gigi, how are you? Hey, Fluffy. He said something about not letting a small few amount of people take advantage of everyone's trust. Yes, something to that effect. But he mentioned something about these people like 2 or 3 times. All right, so yeah, somebody did say that the dude in the Vigil thing is his head is tilted back a little bit. Steve is I think he said that if there's more than one person that they're looking at, of course, police are not gonna say it, but maybe Kaylee's dad is. Maybe he's like Marissa said, he's throwing out breadcrumbs without just coming out and saying it. Um, he's trying to throw some information out there. Okay. His hair is curly on top, yeah. See, the dude at the Vigil, I'm wondering if he cut his hair. 'Cause, I mean, I wanna say it's him 100%, but I just can't say 100% that it's him. Mucho Taco, how are you? Is it just me, or does it look like he had his hand in a chemical burn? Um, Mucho Taco, you're talking about today when he was going into court? Like how red his wrist and all that were? I noticed that. His whole hands and wrist looked like it was like fire red. I don't know if it was from the cuffs, and they were rubbing on him or something like that, um, and it made him his wrist and all that red or what it was. Alright, so now, since Sifa has enhanced the photo a little bit and it's not as blurry, the one in the blue jacket, and I'm fixing to get to the emails in just one second, y'all, I promise. Um, put a 1 in the chat if you think that it is him at the vigil on November the 30th, and then put a 2 if you don't think it is. Hey, proud Aussie Nan, how are you? And welcome to chat. And she says, hello, LSCC. I'm a new subscriber here, although subscriber a sweet tea in your other joint channel. Well, thank you for coming and joining us. We're happy to have you here. Okay, so Emerald Queen says 3. She is unsure. Yeah, Shane, I can do a poll. It's just easier to ask in chat instead of having to switch out the polls. Okay, so we do have a lot of 1s, a lot of 2s, a few 3s, for people who are unsure. Okay, today's extra delicious burgers extradition Tuesday taco day was amazing. All right, so let me get back over to StreamYard. And Irene, thank you so much for the super chat. That is very sweet of you. Or super sticker, I'm sorry. All right, so Pearl's Rescue says 3. Like, y'all, I want to say 100% it's him. I just can't. Like, I think it's him. I really do. I just can't say because I can't see his face. That is the only thing. We literally need a front view of his face at the vigil, of whoever this guy in the blue jacket at the vigil, and then we need a front view of today when he was going into court, which is not hard to get the court view, but we need one at the of the vigil. So if anybody happens to find a straight face view of him at the vigil of this guy in the blue jacket, please send it to me, and I will screenshot one, uh, from court today. Huda doesn't you don't think it's him either? Like, I wanna say 100%, but I just can't. It's it's too it's too hard to say because we can't see it. Okay, so some people are saying that they don't think it's him. Okay. Alright. So let me get this off the screen. Blue Jacket's nose looks more pointed. Okay. Ears are different. Okay, ear shape is the same, cheekbone, eyebrow, same in my opinion. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna get him off the screen, y'all, because I'm really tired of looking at him. I'm gonna jump over to the email. Okay. Hey, four Chihuahuas, how are you? All right, so let's see. Okay, so I know who sent this. I just don't know your name in chat. The one who sent me the Reddit post, but thank you. Give me just a sec. Okay. All right. Give me just a second. Let me get this. Let me just a guy. See, hopefully him crying like a bitch. All right. I don't know what this is. Give me just a second, y'all. Okay, I can't open that for some reason. People at the vigil should be able to come out and say they saw him. Oh, wait, Billy Jones just sent me. Oh, wait, y'all. North Carolina Pickle Festival. Cherokee Raider was in here last night, I believe. Okay. All right, y'all. I know y'all are tired of looking at the zoo space. I am too, but we got to bring him up again because Billy Jones has just sent me a screenshot of him face on, or of this dude at the vigil in the blue jacket. So, Billy, thank you so much for sending that to me. Get back over into StreamYard so I can pull this up. Have they blurred the plate number plate out? JJ, you talking about his license plate on his car? No. We actually have the plate number. Give me just a second, y'all. We got the plate number, ran the plate number. Oh shit, what did I click on? Okay. Let me pull this dude up. Oh, this doesn't look like him now. Give me just a second. All right, so now that I look at him from this way, and I'm gonna zoom in as much as I can without making it all blurry. I can't tell if it's him or not, y'all. I like his picture because he's in cuffs. Yes. That was a nice sight, honestly. Hated looking at him, alien dog, but to see the cuffs on him, that was a good sight. Okay. See this picture here doesn't look like him. Okay, this guy has a kid with him. Is this even the same blue jacket? It looks like Jim from The Office. Hold on, this doesn't look like the same jacket. Give me a second, y'all. Let me find where's the picture? Hold on, I don't think this is the same jacket. Shit. Where is the other son of a bitch? Give me a second, y'all. Hold on, I gotta find him in the blue jacket. Does that look like the same blue jacket? No, this jacket here doesn't have a hood on it. Do y'all see a hood on that jacket? Yeah, this isn't the same. Hold on, let me pull that other picture back up here. See, this one's got and this dude here's got a white shirt on. So, yeah, this isn't the same person. This dude here that we're looking at's got a white shirt on, where this dude right here has got a gray or charcoal looking. Yeah, so this isn't the same. Yes, and there's a little kid. I do see him now, so I don't wanna leave the little kid up on the screen too long. Yeah, hey, T-Rev, how are you? So, yeah, this isn't the same guy as the one that we're looking at. Alright, let me get back into my email real quick. Let's see, Mandy, what did she send? Zoom in on thumbnail of police. It is written. Okay, give me just a second, y'all. I can't. I'm gonna pull this one up. Hold on. All right, give me a second. I'm just gonna pull this one up that Mandy sent to me. I'm just trying to work my way down my email. Okay. Oh shit. I got all kind of stuff popping up here. I need downloads. Now I have to roll up the stairs. Okay, so this is the one that Mandy sent. A Voice for Hope, how are you? And this one you can actually see the spot on his wrist a little bit better. Let me get back in the StreamYard. Okay. Hey, Keister Bunny, how are you? All right, so y'all can see this picture here is a little bit more clear on his wrist. Still hard to tell exactly what that spot is on there, but you can also see like his knuckles right here look like they're messed up a little bit. A lot of people think that that's a cut on his hand and wrist. What do you think? Honestly, T-Rev, at first I thought it was his hair, like on his arm, but then the more I look at it, it looks like a cut. Some are saying maybe a cut, some are saying maybe stitches. Let's see. Oh shit, where's my mouse? Clear Adventure. Thank you so much for the super chat. And it says, let's see, I think he drove with his dad back to Pennsylvania to look less suspicious. Single young guy alone versus old man with a kid in a Hyundai Elantra. Yeah. I think that they were wanting to get that car out of Washington because it was so close um, to the University of Idaho and to the murder, and people are looking for it. And he didn't want people saying, yo, hey, old dude over here on Washington State University's got a car like that. So, and then I still would have loved to have been a fly in the car on the way home because there's no telling what he told his dad on that drive home. See, they left the area before they said anything public about the car. Yeah, but I mean, just the fact that he was in the car when driving the car when the murders happened. Oh, jeez. Let's see, we gotta interview that fly. JP, I would have loved to have been a fly in that car just to hear that conversation. I wonder if he drove through Moscow on his way home. Hmm. I don't know. I should route that from Washington State University to Albrightsville, Pennsylvania, and see if it takes you through Moscow or if he just bypassed it altogether. Interview the fly. 1 second. Alright, let me get this off the screen so y'all can see. Yeah, I'm really sick and tired of seeing this dude, y'all. I'm sorry. I hate leaving him up on the screen. Okay. Hey, Prosser Gang, how are you? So he looks terrified there. I don't know if he's terrified, if he's annoyed with the police because he's just gotten pulled over for the second time in like an hour, I think it was he said. Um, I think that he's loving all the attention that social media is giving him. Um, I just don't think he's liking the attention from the cops. He looks super annoyed, mad, scared, like all these emotions in one. T-Rev, do you want to come up and give me your opinion on all of this? I haven't got to catch up with your videos, not all of your videos here lately. Okay, if the shortest route is through Moscow, his dad may have questioned him going out of the way to avoid Moscow. That makes sense too. Mm, yeah, if he wants to come up, he's more than welcome. Let me grab a link. Uh, let's see. Speculation, maybe FBI pulled him over one of those times. Yeah, because he said, like they thought that it was the way they were talking, it might have been one of the county officers that pulled him over the first time, and then it was the state boy that pulled him over that second time. That would not go through Moscow. I don't know, y'all. I think Moscow and Truckee got a lot in common, be honest with y'all. Alright, I'm gonna throw the link out if T-Red wants to come up. Yeah, the car was probably dirty from the snow, because that car was horrible looking, but that's probably what it was from. Uh, you don't think they're close, Vapor? Truckee and Moscow? I don't know. I think that there's a lot of, and I'm not gonna say everybody in the town of Moscow, because there may be good people in there as well, just like Truckee. But I think that there is a lot of horrible things that goes on in both places. I think that there may be some things that are, um, possibly being hidden. Still don't know about Hudson's death. I think that there's something up with Hudson's death. So a voice for hope. The first time he was pulled over for speeding. The second time he was pulled over, they said that he was pulled over because he was tailgating. He was driving too close to the vehicle that was in front of him. Hold on, y'all. Let me answer this back. Okay, give me just a second, y'all. Okay. Mm, we seriously gotta have people come in here being asses tonight? Yeah, a voice for hope. They said that that's the reason why he was pulled over the second time because he was tailgating. I wanna say that they said it was a big truck in front of him that he was driving too close to. I haven't made fun of any cops. Me saying or calling it like I see it, that to begin with, I thought they were doing a shitty job. "Hey, Pink Butterfly, how are you?" And I even come back and said, that I doubted them. But as far as me making fun of them, no, I haven't done that. So I just called it like I seen it. Alright, let's see, what do I need to get into next? Did y'all watch the press conference today after the court? Hey, wait, little baby. Yes, we can see. Okay, yeah. I didn't know if y'all had watched it or not. I gotta go to YouTube for that. Okay. Let me bookmark these two things real quick so I can go back to them if I have time tonight. Because I really don't feel like reading all of this, but I will if I have time. So the press conference is like 22 minutes long, but it's several different people speaking. Let's see. And I haven't got to watch the whole thing either. Okay, he looked more calm at court. That was creepy. Yeah, he just looks creepy altogether, honestly. Um, I don't there's something about the way he looks. He's got those weird, evil, heartless looking eyes. All right, give me just a second. I gotta get to the video. Okay. All right, let me find it real quick, y'all. That's not it. Holy shit. Please hold press conference. I gotta find the press conference, y'all. Give me just a second. Here we go. All right, so it is 23 minutes long. Let's see, make sure all my stuff is right real quick. Bring it up. And I'm gonna throw their link in the chat real quick as well. If anybody wants to go back and watch it, y'all can. I think they also have some other videos on there about him as well. But yeah, that in the picture of him and Ted Bundy, how much they look alike is crazy. That's his permanent look creepy. Let's see. I saw kind eyes today. A real homeless guy looks so nice. This Bryan guy, not so much. I'm gonna look for bed. I think that he wanted to be an SK. Honestly, he was so infatuated with him. Um, and I think he was wanting to pull all of them in together, the Ted Bundy, John Wayne Gacy, like all these different ones, like he was wanting to all of them together into himself. Do you remember me saying the night before the arrest that the chief was smiling because he knew who it was? Yes. Let's see. Wait, I lost. Where did it go? Oh, right here. This guy looks like he has something up his sleeve. Uh, Cynthia, thank you so much for this. I'm trying to get it pulled up here on the thing. Thank you so much for the super chat. And it says, my sister Carrie sent me. Thank you for your calm presence and fair coverage. Glad I found you. Thank you. Well, Cynthia, you're very welcome. And thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us. We're happy to have you here with us. And thank you for the super chat. All right. Let's see. What do you think BK meant about it being a long process? Uh, they- I mean, Lawnmower Man, he's been studying this stuff. Uh, he he knows what's gonna happen. Like, he knows the process. He knows that I'm sure any way that he possibly can delay some of the court proceedings, he probably is. His defense team, they have to get as much information as they can. Even though the prosecution has the burden of proof. I mean, his defense team still needs information. I'm sure they've gotta go look at the crime scene, all this and that. Yeah, Fern, they did. And I've got that too. I have to get that off of Twitter though. And once I'm done with the press conference, like I said, it's like 22 minutes long or 23 minutes. Once we're done with that, I can go back and pull up um, the gag order. And it's basically just two pieces of paper. It was done by the judge. Wait, let me make a note. It was basically done by the judge. It's the official court documents of it. Let's see. Wait, Mary, I'm so sorry. God bless you. Wait. Hold on. What's wrong with Mary? Okay, but I'm alive. Hold on, y'all. Let me see. Sorry, I used to come in, but I was in a. Oh, Mary, I'm so sorry, honey. I'm glad you're doing better, though. Y'all keep Mary in your prayers, please. I was in the hospital. Oh. Okay, after he gets to hear the affidavit, he may waive his rights to a speedy trial if he feels like they got him. Yeah, I think that's the only reason why he waived the extradition, because he needs to know what they have in there. He has no idea, and his mind is probably racing 1,000 miles an hour because he's not sure. And then that paranoia is more than likely gonna start kicking in, and he's gonna be, like, driving himself crazy wondering, like, "Do they have DNA? Do they really have my DNA?" Because, if he's such an OCD person, he had to make everything right in this with these murders, but if they think that they may have his DNA, then he's gonna start thinking, "Oh, shit, I messed up. I did something wrong." Like, he's literally gonna drive himself crazy. Hey, Big Al. And Big Al, thank you so much for tagging me on Twitter with the body cam footage. It was super easy for me to go and find and play it for everyone. Okay, so I'm fixing to start playing, the press conference from today. And, I'm gonna mute out. I gotta run in the kitchen and grab a drink while this is playing, and then I'll be right back. So let me go ahead and get it started for y'all. And if y'all can hear it, usually I ask if you cannot, but if you can hear it, put a 1 in the chat and let me know once it starts playing.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Lieutenant Adam Reed. I'm the Director of the Communications Office with the Pennsylvania State Police. Thank you for joining us here. The order of speakers is going to be our Pennsylvania State Police Commissioner, Colonel Robert Ivanchik, Major Christopher Paris, he's our Area 3 Commander, and First Assistant District Attorney, Monroe County, Mike Mancuso. After the speakers have finished, we will then take a handful of questions. Colonel Ivanchik.
Good afternoon. I'm Colonel Robert Ivanchik, Commissioner of the Pennsylvania State Police. While I monitored the investigation into the horrific murders of the University of Idaho students, I did not imagine the investigation would lead to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. My heart goes out to the families of the victims, their friends, the community of Moscow, and the University of Idaho. No words can heal the pain associated with the loss of a child. Their young lives were ended far too soon. In law enforcement, we understand the best thing we can do for victims and their families is to follow every lead, collect every piece of evidence, and bring those responsible to justice. I am proud of the members of the Pennsylvania State Police who were able to help in this investigation. The cooperative relationship between our local, state, and federal partners stands the test of time. The officers, troopers, and federal agents work together tirelessly, putting in long, difficult hours. Communication and cooperation are imperative to success and to ensure the integrity of the case remains maintained. The culmination of that cooperation ultimately led to take the suspect into custody and afforded the families some sense of peace they deserve. I want to thank the Moscow Police Department, the Idaho State Police, and our partners in the Federal Bureau of Investigation for their support, assistance, and coordination. I also want to recognize the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. And finally, I need to acknowledge the members of the Pennsylvania State Police, specifically members of Troop N, our Bureau of Criminal Investigation, and our Bureau of Emergency and Special Operations, who assisted in safely taking the suspect into custody in the early morning hours of December 30th. As previously indicated by Chief James Fry of the Moscow Police Department, specific details regarding this investigation cannot be released until the suspect is extradited to Idaho and presented with the probable cause affidavit. At this time, I will turn the microphone over to Major Christopher Paris, Commander of Area 3, who was involved in the coordinated efforts to take the suspect into custody.
Thank you, Colonel. Area 3 comprises troops F, P, N, and R, and is made up of 1,000 approximately of the women and men, civilian and enlisted, in the northeastern part of Pennsylvania. I'd like to introduce to my left Captain Norm Kramer, who's the commander of Troop N Hazelton, which is comprised of Carbon, Monroe, Columbia, and parts of Luzerne counties. I would like to reiterate, as the colonel said, that Idaho law prohibits any release of information contained within the affidavits. So we're going to do our best today to talk about what phase we are currently in the investigation. And it has entered a new phase with the waiver for extradition. And the continuing primary goal is the seeking of justice through successful prosecution and conviction, bearing the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt. So with that in mind, we're trying to balance essentially two things: the public's desire for information against the need to maintain the integrity of the investigation and protect the suspects, accused at this point's due process. So I'll now attempt to give you an operational picture with the best information I can release at the time. So this begins when the Pennsylvania State Police Bureau of Criminal Investigation troopers were contacted by the FBI about assisting with surveillance of the accused in this case. I'd like to take the opportunity to specifically thank several individuals. Special Agent in Charge Jackie McGuire and Assistant Special Agent in Charge Dave Carter from the Philadelphia Field Division, as well as Supervisory Special Agent Bill Vigorito of the Scranton RA. We're very lucky in PSP to have a collaborative relationship with the Bureau, both in Pennsylvania and beyond, and their people are absolutely excellent. So as the investigation progressed, Troop N Criminal Investigation Section, commanded by Captain Kramer over my left shoulder here, began to collaborate with authorities in Idaho. Specifically, I'd like to acknowledge Lieutenant James Curto, who was here today, Sergeant Anthony Ferdinand, Corporal John Chulak, who is not present with us, and Troopers Leary and Knoll, who are here with us today. It was through this collaboration and the charges pending in Idaho that those troopers were able to obtain search warrants and a fugitive from justice warrant that was prepared here in Monroe County for the location in Chestnut Hill Township and the fugitive from justice warrant for Mr. Kohberger, respectively. I'd like to acknowledge the Monroe County District Attorney, David Christine, as well as First Assistant Mike Mancuso and their entire office. The support that we received was absolutely excellent. Once those warrants were obtained, the Bureau of Emergency and Special Operations, BESO, coordinates our Special Emergency Response Team, CERT. They were selected to serve those warrants, the 3 search warrants and the fugitive from justice warrant. To define what CERT is, it's a full-time tactical team maintained by PSP to deal with high-risk warrant situations, barricades, and other incidents requiring specialized tactical training or other capabilities. From their perspective, we essentially task them to go out and serve a arrest warrant for someone accused of a quadruple murder. They're activated several hundred times a year throughout the Commonwealth. We don't typically hear of their work in a forum like this because They serve the warrant, the person's taken into custody, and they go about their assignment. They are the ultimate professionals. It's a volunteer team. They're highly trained and highly motivated. Captain Norm Kramer over my left shoulder was assigned as the top comm for the CERT activation, which means he was responsible for coordinating our tactical preparations. So tactical assets were then staged in the county, in Monroe County, into the evening of Thursday, December 29th, last Thursday. And in the early hours of Friday, December 30th, those warrants were executed at the location. Mr. Kohberger was taken into custody without incident. The scene was turned over to the FBI evidence response team for processing. Mr. Kohberger was then turned over to the Monroe County Prison, where he has remained in their custody since. I'd like to thank the Monroe County Sheriff and the Stroud Regional Police Department for their support as well during the extradition process. Arrangements currently are being made to deliver Kohberger back to Idaho, where he can have continued due process and face these charges. So it's with that, I will turn it over to First Assistant Mike Mancuso.
Thank you, Major. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Mike Mancuso with the DA's office, the First Assistant District Attorney. I want to give my condolences to the families of the victims out in Idaho for their loss. It's my sincere hope that this marks a clear step in the right direction of effectuating justice for those folks. My office's role was relatively recent. We weren't advised of the presence of the defendant in our county until only a couple days before the apprehension of the defendant. But when we were told, we came together and worked very closely with Captain Kramer, who did an excellent job in almost like a clockwork operation. Part of my duties were to ensure that 3 separate search warrants were issued. Those affidavits attached to those search warrants are still under seal, so I can't discuss their contents with you. But one was for the person of Mr. Kohberger, collecting DNA and photographs, that sort of thing. One was for the white Elantra vehicle, which I understand has been seized and is being processed. And one was for the address, the residence itself that he was living in with his family. I was at the scene, and I have to say that Major Paris and Captain Norm Kramer did an outstanding job in coordinating the efforts, not only of the numerous Pennsylvania State Police troopers there, but officers from other jurisdictions and disciplines within those jurisdictions to make this a very smooth, highly competent professional operation. It is a quirk, apparently. It's not in the norm of the states I'm familiar with that Idaho does not release their probable cause affidavit in support of their arrest warrant until after their defendant is returned to that state. But having read those documents and the sealed affidavits of probable cause, I definitely believe that one of the main reasons the defendant chose to waive extradition and hurry his return back to Idaho was the need to know what was in those documents. So that's a significant development. Beyond that, looking at the scope of the situation and the ties this defendant has to my county, I would hold our office at the disposal of the Idaho authorities to help facilitate a complete background investigation into the defendant, both activities prior to the murders occurring within the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and his activities after the murders in Pennsylvania. So we stand ready to assist with that effort on an ongoing basis. Thank you.
We can now open it up for questions.
Can you tell us what state police specifically did, or can you give us any indication as to the operations of state police when you were notified? And you talk about putting tactical in the area. How long were they there? And what's the
We're not in a position to give you an exact time. It was at some point prior to when the surveillance was taken as the investigation progressed to a point where search warrants could be obtained and the probable cause for those search warrants and an arrest warrant, a fugitive from justice warrant based on the arrest warrant out in Idaho were obtained. We began to take the tactical steps to plan to serve them.
Were you collecting evidence prior to his arrest?
At this point, like we said, it's very much pertinent to what's in the affidavits, which we cannot speak about.
What's it about his demeanor when the arrest actually happened?
Present sense impression, as likewise ongoing investigation, can't discuss.
How, Rob 69 News, how is Kohberger being transported back to Idaho?
Those arrangements are being discussed right now, as well as the logistics. The court order says, those of you who heard it today, it's within the next 10 days. So we're currently working on that in coordination with authorities out in Idaho. Sir, I can't comment. I don't know.
Is he being held in the Monroe County Jail until he's extradited, or is he removed to another?
No, he is lodged in since he was dropped off there Friday morning. He's resided in Monroe County Prison.
Still, and until he's
Correct, yes.
extradited, he'll be there.
Are the marshals moving him, or which group? is
At this
moving
point, that's still being coordinated between the state police and the authorities out there. We don't know.
Will the affidavit be unsealed when he arrives in Idaho?
I don't want to speak out of my lane. When I watched the press conference on Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, I was alerted to the fact that according to Idaho state law, that the affidavits have to be served to him once he's extradited back before they could be unsealed.
Has he say, has anyone else been arrested?
Ongoing investigation.
Has a motive been determined?
I can't comment on that either. I apologize.
Who transports him, sir? Does Pennsylvania State Police, the Monroe County Sheriff's Department?
He's presently back. He was transported from the courthouse by Monroe County Sheriff. And the logistics of who's going to transport him out to Idaho are still being discussed. We don't know. Yeah.
Can you confirm the time of his arrest and how much law enforcement presence there actually was?
I would say it was in the early morning hours of Friday, December 30th. Tactical assets on scene were probably in the neighborhood of 50.
Were you afraid he was going to get tipped off before you got him?
I would say overall about this entire operation, and the credit goes, this is a part that the state police played humbly. You look at Moscow Police Department, 38 sworn, 19,000 leads, the video evidence that they had to develop in order to put that out, all public source information. But when you talk about the service of a high-risk warrant for someone who's committed or alleged to have committed 4 homicides, there's nothing routine about that. And all of those tactical steps that were taken were in conjunction with the best efforts of the authorities, local, state, and federal, both in Idaho and here, to ensure that we could do it safely and to ensure that we could get him into custody and that those service of the search warrants could occur.
Sir, can we ask you a question of the first assistant district attorney? Mr. Mancuso, you described having read to a degree the contents of that affidavit of probable cause, and that you possibly speculated or theorized that he wanted to get back to read that as well, since he can't read that. Can you give us an indication, though, of the seriousness of what you did read? I know you can't talk about it, but can you share with us something?
Yeah, I can't get into the details, sir, but I can say it involved the defendant's connection to a scene of a crime consisting of 4 murdered people. So that's the significance of it.
Can you confirm that there is a connection between Bryan Kohberger and any of the victims?
I can't discuss that.
How confident are you that he is guilty of his crimes?
That wouldn't be my place to say. Certainly confident enough that there was ample probable cause for the issuance of the various warrants in the case.
What was your reaction when you heard this? You've all talked about, you followed this. This happened states away. When you get that call, or you all get the call, that this person could be right here in your home area, what's your reaction?
Well, I was surprised, really, Monroe County of all places. It hits close to home. It's a normal human reaction, I would think, under the circumstances.
Do you know when he and his father left Idaho or Washington and drove to Pennsylvania, what that date was?
No, I don't know the exact date, ma'am.
Approximately, we understand the middle of December, is that correct?
I think that's approximate.
And what about, we had heard reports that they were stopped not once but twice on the highway. Can you elaborate?
I'll defer to his Pennsylvania public defender on that.
Do you have reason to believe
Kohberger is connected to other crimes and unsolved mysteries in the area?
I wouldn't answer that question at this time.
We start looking at some maybe unsolved, where do you move it around?
That would be a normal thing to do.
Question for the PSP here. Said he was taken without incident. Was it safe to say that, I shouldn't say it's safe to say, but did it seem like he was expecting?
I wouldn't comment on what his present sense was. I would just comment that the professionalism of the CERT team and their tactical training definitely proved in a situation like this to do it in the most tactically sound and fastest way possible.
Was there anybody else in the house at the time?
His parents were in the house at the
Did
time.
they say anything to you?
Again, present sense impression. I can't comment on that ongoing investigation.
You break down the door.
Force was used. The warrants were issued for evening search warrants, which in Pennsylvania requires additional probable cause in order to serve them at the hours of darkness. I would defer to the first assistant to talk about the legal burden that you bear in order to obtain those. But from a tactical standpoint, based upon all of the briefings that we had developed and all of the intelligence we had developed, we thought that was the best time to serve it.
And what tipped off that Pennsylvania was involved with this?
We were alerted by the FBI. Troopers in the Bureau of Criminal Investigation were alerted.
Anything on like his social media pages that tipped anything?
I can't comment. I don't.
So that was here. It's been cooperative in this whole process.
Can't comment. Ongoing, like I said. State Police's role here was to serve the warrants and assist with the surveillance, which we've done. We've been part of major investigations. You know, these are men and women who take an oath to protect their communities and the Commonwealth here. We're very humbled with the opportunity that we had, given a case that has really gained international attention to play a small part in it. And our hat is off to Moscow PD again with the size and the complexity of this investigation and the work that they've done to get us here today. And this is only the beginning of the next step.
If it's determined that anyone here in Pennsylvania either helped to conceal or dispose of any evidence, then you would be a part of this case, or would it go?
I would say that we would pledge whatever support we can for ongoing investigations with the Idaho authorities here in Pennsylvania. Absolutely. We would help them in any way we could.
Were there any weapons found in the home?
I don't want to get into what was actually seized in the house pursuant to the evidentiary nature of it.
Can you give any insight into why you all decided to go in overnight to make the arrest?
Those are tactical decisions in terms of base surveillance. I don't want to give out too many tactical factors that go into that situation, but obviously surveillance was conducted and we wanted to go in at a time when we thought it would be the safest for everybody, safest for anybody else in the house, safest for Mr. Kohberger, and safest for our people.
There was an interesting question asked earlier about the care that needed to be taken to not tip the suspect off. Could you describe how long that lid had to be on things and how many people were involved in it? Like how many people knew and for how long?
So I would say, I would answer the question this way. I don't want to get into a timeline in terms of when we were notified by the FBI and when the surveillance began. Obviously, we know on Thursday night into Friday morning is when the warrants were served. I would say, as a credit to the professionals, both standing behind me and others not here, many others not here, the information was held very close. And we did not want to have any situation where Mr. Kohberger potentially would be tipped off. So as a result of that, I would say a close number of approximately 7 to 8 individuals, maybe 10 on the most within the PSP side of this operation knew about it.
And for days, can we say? Or?
I would say for a period of time. I would not feel comfortable commenting any more than that for a period of time. And then as the tactical assets were brought in, people were briefed.
When the movement plan is finally decided, will there be an announcement?
Not from the state police. So we would defer to Moscow and the authorities in Idaho.
When he starts leaving Pennsylvania.
We have security concerns now, obviously, to move any prisoner. Anytime you move somebody from a secure prison to another place, we don't want to. There won't be an announcement from the state police in terms of those logistics, but they're being worked on right now.
Can you give us your best guess when you think he might be moved roughly? Tomorrow?
We would like to do it as soon as possible, but the court order says 10 days. We have 10 days to coordinate it.
Can you possibly be on a plane tonight? Is it possible he could be on a plane tonight? That's a possibility, right?
I can't. I would think that's probably not likely.
Private plane, or would you fly commercial?
We're looking into that right now.
Can you confirm or deny that a window was broken in order to gain access into the home?
There were multiple windows that were broken, I believe, to gain access, as well as multiple doors. I think the video of the house after the fact confirms that. And that would all be part of the tactical plan based on the floor plan of the house, et cetera, and what the CERT operators would do to serve those warrants.
Was this suspect on your radar before, and are you looking at any connections?
I wouldn't comment on that based on the ongoing nature.
But how about his, did he have a criminal past? According to the UJS, I didn't see anything.
I can't comment on a person's criminal history during an ongoing investigation.
Sorry, Mr. Mancuso said that you stand ready to assist in giving a complete background to the defendant. What specifically is law enforcement interested in?
That'll be the last question after Mr. Mancuso answers.
In any case of this nature, and I prosecuted a fair share of homicides, double homicides, that sort of thing. You want to look at any evidence of possible motive. You want to look at any evidence of a pattern of modus operandi or method. You want to get into the subject's character, mental state to the best you can, that sort of thing. So it'll be an all-encompassing effort, which we stand ready for. Okay.
How do we do this?
We have our ways. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Oh, hold on one second, y'all. Give me just a second. I'm trying to get situated back here again. Hey, Deal, how are you? Okay. Y'all are just all up in here talking about pickles and everything. All right. So let me get over to News Nation. Oh, one second here. Oh, no, hold on. Let me go back to Twitter because y'all were wanting to see the gag order thing. So let me pull it up real quick. Hey, Gina, how are you? Chris Ian, how are you? Potato salad with pickles? Oh, Dealy fits. Pickle vanilla ice cream. You know they do have dill pickle chips though, right? Did y'all know that? One second. Let me see. I gotta find where I posted it. One second. Wait, Wolfpack, you did what? Lost. I'm sorry I did it. What did you do? Thank you, Alien Dog. Yeah, if y'all don't mind, hit the like button. Pickle chips sound good. Yeah, they do have their dill pickle chips. They're actually pretty good. Hold on one second, y'all. All right, let me get these pulled up real quick. Hey, crickets. I was trying to see though what Wolfpack was talking about he did. Okay, let me find these and have y'all seen a video of him walking into court? I got everyone on the pickle train. Oh, Wolfpack, that's fine. That's not a big deal. Okay. All right. I'm gonna play this while I'm looking for the gag order, and it's only like 20, 30 seconds. It's just showing him as he's walking into court. See right here. Clear Adventure doesn't like pickles. Oh, I saw the comment. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and play this real quick. Like I said, this is just him. There's really no talking or nothing like that. It's just them bringing him into court. I can't tell what type of emotion he's got on his face, though. Like, is he scared? Is he upset? Embarrassed? Mad because he got caught? All right, I'm just going to let it play one more time, and then I'm going to pull up the affidavit, or not the affidavit, the gag order. Okay. All right. So, like I said, I can't figure out what type of emotion he has on his face. Somebody did ask about if we were going to be able to watch the court proceedings in Idaho. Bryan Inton did post 6 hours ago, said based on the court orders, it does appear cameras will be allowed in the Idaho courtroom. Once back in Idaho, we are told that Kohberger will be held in the Latah County Jail. So, as of right now, they're saying that the cameras will be allowed in the court. So we will get to watch that. So that is a good thing. Now let me find, here they are right here. And I don't think I can zoom in. Let me try real quick. Because I cannot read this, but I don't know if it's going to zoom it in or not. Hell no, it's not. Okay. Let me see if I got a screenshot of this, y'all, because I can't read this to you. I don't think I do. Oh, and I didn't show y'all this. Hold on. I got to show y'all this real quick too. I forgot Crime Crazy sent this to me. It is the waiver that Bryan signed today in court. Give me just a second. Let me email this to myself. Okay. 9mm. All right, I'm gonna try to read this to y'all as best I can. I can barely see it. But it says the state of Idaho is the plaintiff versus Bryan C. Kohberger. Wait, they also said that once his charges are presented to him in Idaho, they will have more announcements about facts surrounding the case. But Big Al, did you know that they put a gag order out that now Moscow Police Department cannot talk to the media or the public about it, which is this paper that I have pulled up here. I'm gonna try to read it. I should have did a screenshot of it. I may have to do that because I cannot see this, y'all. Give me just a second. It's too hard for me to see it. Or maybe I can just no, I can read it on my phone and I'll just read it to y'all, but leave it pulled up here. Okay, so it's in the District Court of the Second Judicial District of the State of Idaho in and for the County of Latah. So it's the State of Idaho versus Bryan C. Kohberger. The court, by stipulation of the parties, enters its orders as follows. It is hereby ordered that the parties to the above titled action, including investigators, law enforcement personnel, attorneys, and agents of the prosecuting attorney or defense attorney, are prohibited from making extrajudicial statements, written or oral, concerning this case, other than a quotation from or reference to without comment to the public records of the case. This order specifically prohibits any statement which a reasonable person would expect to be I can't see this, y'all, even on my phone. Disseminate by means of public communication that relates to the following. Number one, evidence regarding the occurrence or transactions involved in the case. Number two, the character, credibility, or criminal record of a party. Number three, the performance or results of any examination or test, or the refusal or failure of a party to submit to such tests or examinations. All right, let me go to the next page. Let me flip over to this one. I wish I could zoom in for y'all. I'm sorry, but I can't. All right. Number four, any opinion as to the merits of the case or the claims or defense of a party. And number five, any other matter reasonably likely to interfere with a fair trial of the case, such as, but not limited to, the existence or contents of any confession, admission, or statement given by, what says give by the defense. I think that was a typo. The possibility of a plea or guilt to the charges, to the charged offense or a lesser offense. Oh my God, I gotta zoom in. Or any opinion as to the defendant's guilt or innocence. It is further ordered that no person covered by this order shall avoid. Damn it, I cannot see y'all. Even on my phone, I can't see it. Okay, so it is further ordered that no person covered by this order shall avoid its proscriptions by actions that indirectly or deliberately cause a violation of the order. It is further ordered that this order and all provisions thereof shall remain in full force and effective through these proceedings until such time as a verdict has been returned, unless modified by the courts. And it was so ordered on January the 3rd, 2023 at 4:58 p.m. And it's signed by the magistrate judge. All right. So let me get that down. Let me get back over to StreamYard. Okay. I do not know how to pronounce your name correctly, so I'm just going to call you L. Thank you so much for becoming a member and welcome to the family. And I don't want to butcher your name, so I'm not going to try. James Warren asked about the wall. Hold on, wait. Let me find James's. What about the wall? Hold on. I don't see a question from James. El Guapo? Did I say that right? I just want to make sure that I'm not. Okay, so that's right. I just don't like saying people's names wrong or like butcher them or anything because I don't want to sound disrespectful. Okay, so El Guapo. All right, thank y'all. Okay, so that was um a gag order that was put out today. So El Guapo, thank you so much for becoming a member and welcome to the family. And yes, if you are not part of the Facebook group and you're a member, and you want to become part of the Facebook group, send over jingle balls. Crime Crazy, how do they need to do that? Usually you're the one that does that. Hey Zara, how are you? All right, let's see. I gotta find, give me a second, y'all. I'm trying to get over to News Nation now. So at least as of right now, we will get to watch the can one of the mods drop the member link please for Cynthia? So as of right now, they're saying that the cameras will be allowed, allegedly, Annie, how are you? That the cameras will be allowed in the Idaho court. which is a good thing. So if the media and the public doesn't go crazy and they get that taken away from us, we should get to watch it. All right, let's see. What have Idaho police provided? Almost no details. Okay, so this one here was played. There was one from Banfield somebody told me to watch. I've got to find it. I guess this is going to be it. 2 hours ago. Give me just a second. Oh my gosh, y'all are putting some nasty stuff in chat. Nasty food. All right, so we're going to listen to Ashley Banfield, and it says, Idaho murders, what role might police surveillance have played? And it came out like 2 hours ago.
Watching and waiting for the right moment to nab an alleged killer. For several days, reports say an FBI surveillance team followed Bryan Kohberger as he was traveling 2,500 miles across the country to his parents' home in Pennsylvania. And during that time, they knew who their suspect was. They just couldn't move in on him right away. But were they really just watching him, or was there more to it? Were they collecting evidence as he was traveling the country? Were they watching his patterns of behavior to plan their takedown? I want to bring in two people who know a lot about this kind of surveillance. Tracy Welder is a former FBI and CIA agent, and Mike King is a former detective and the host of the Profiling Evil podcast. His book is called Deceived. Welcome to both of you. Mike, I want to start with you. On the last segment, we left off at finding the family members through the DNA that might have been found at the scene, right? They say there's DNA found at the scene that they think is the murderers as opposed to all the partygoers. And then they go through the databases and they find all the family members. What comes next, Mike? How do you go through the family members to figure out which one is the one you're looking for?
You have to start isolating. And so you hope that there are other forms of evidence that are driving the investigation and that they're collaborating and corroborating with each other. I suspect that law enforcement was looking at this individual for some time, waiting for that DNA to come back. We heard the chief multiple times saying, we're waiting on forensics. But once he hit the road, and that whole thing has just got you scratching your head about the timing of that, of why he didn't fly home. Why does dad fly out and meet him and they go together? But the question becomes, did law enforcement follow him from the moment he left Pullman? Or when he was pulled over in Indiana, did people figure out, holy cow, this guy in this white Elantra is heading eastbound? And that's when they put the surveillance together. I suspect it happened on the front end, but we may have been caught a little bit flat-footed. But what's happening behind the scenes is we got to get arrest warrants. We got to verify. We got to hope he stops and grabs a Coke somewhere and throws a straw in the garbage can so we can grab some DNA. And once that comparison's made and validated, then, boy, it's time to move forward.
Or his napkin at the truck stop. Tracy, that's where I want you to jump in, because they're not just trying to figure out who Bryan is and whether Bryan's DNA matches the DNA found at the crime scene. They're also trying to find out cousin Dave, cousin Ethel, well, they don't think it's Ethel, and all the other potential family members that they have to exclude. So are they also sending out strike teams to follow all these other family members to collect their straw and their napkin to eliminate them as the actual match?
So that's a great question. Yes and no. I think, first and foremost, they probably were able to narrow it down to him rather quickly, in that, just to your point, they were able to exclude some of the folks that just weren't people who were capable of committing a crime like this. I am certain that the FBI resident agency that is closest to his hometown in Pennsylvania was probably notified and probably did do some surveillance on his family home prior to Kohberger getting to his family home. I'm almost certain that took place. Additionally, I think they also watched Kohberger as well and his activities. And I think from surveilling his activities, they were able to really focus in on the fact that he was a suspect, especially when, the lookout came out for the white Hyundai and he happened to have one.
Thank you for watching. Go to News Nation Now.
Okay, 1 second, y'all. Let me get this down. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Laura, thank you so much for becoming a member and welcome to the family. And Big Al, I don't know the exact number. I do know that I am over 100. I just don't know the exact number. I'd have to go back into studio and look. But yes, as soon as we hit 200 members, then I'm going to do our first members only live. And everybody who is joining, if you have Facebook and you want to become a member of the Facebook group, just hit the link that the mods are dropping to join, and I think it generates a thing, an invite or whatever. All right, let me see. Someone needs to wake Sifa up for work. She has to be there at 4:30. Yeah, it's only Sifa's an hour, so 11:40 where he's at. Okay. Oh, Big Al, thank you so much. Thank you, Big Al. That is very nice of you. So, y'all, Big Al has just now gifted 5 more memberships. Anyone remember the Sweet Pickles gang stuff from Avon? No, Marissa, I've never heard of that. Okay. Let's see, I'm going in about 3 hours. Oh, wow. All right, let me go to my email real quick because I think. Hold on, wait, what did Charles say? 1 second, y'all. Okay. All right, and another thing, Big Al, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'll have to go back after the live tonight to see how many members I do have. Whenever I do my first members only, I'm gonna try to also do a giveaway, um, probably for some like a gift card or something like that. Thank you, Crickets in the room. Let's see. Blue Ocean says she has no idea if I did the Facebook thing correct, as it is giving me codes and I don't know what to do. Thank you, Fern. So yeah, we'll do like a gift card giveaway or something like that on the first members only live. 5 nights and 6 days in Hawaii. Oh, Sean, that would be nice. Okay, when you get to 180, we'll make sure you hit 2. Let me go into my studio real quick and just see, because now, Big Al, you got me. I know I hit 100 like a few nights ago. Okay, but let me go check real quick. Let's see what we got. Okay, so it says total members right now is 116. All right. So we're gonna try to do a giveaway on the first members live, and then also if whenever I hit 4,000 subs, we're gonna try to do a giveaway for the 4,000 subs as well. Oh wait, I forgot about this too. I gotta show y'all. 116, 116. All right, let me pull this up for y'all because Crime Crazy has sent this to me earlier. This is actually the thing that Bryan had to sign today when he went to court. Let me get it pulled up. Why is this taking forever? Okay. Let's see. YouTube ain't going to remember me because I talk shit and state facts. It's all good though. All right. Let me get back into StreamYard so I can see everything here. One, two. Okay. So this is the thing that he had to sign today. Carrie, thank you so much for the super sticker. Says you are amazing. Thank you, honey. That is very nice of you. I appreciate that. Poppy, thank you so much for becoming a member. Welcome to the family. Let's see. Big Al says you are doing what someone else was doing before they turned into a grifter and someone who basically made subs feel bad so they would send money. Happy for you. It's going good. Thank you, Big Al. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. Wait, where did my thing go? Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is the thing that he signed today, and it says it's the Court of Common Pleas of Monroe County, 43rd Judicial District, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And it's in regards to Bryan Kohberger. Okay, give me just 1 second. Just about anything. Thank you so much for becoming a member and welcome to the family. Yeah, I know my mouse is going crazy on the screen. I do apologize. All right. Stuff it here. All right. Now. All right, so it says it's his waiver of extradition, and it's Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, January the 3rd, 2023. And it says, I here do certify that I, Bryan Kohberger, of my own free will, do voluntarily agree to return to the state of Idaho as a prisoner from the county of Monroe, Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, and for the purpose of answering the charges. Furthermore, I hereby waive all formality and I am willing to return to the state of Idaho without governor's requestion or other papers necessary in such cases and do exonerate the county of Monroe from any blame, compulsion, or interference in this connection. And this one, for some reason, their stuff is like shit, super light. Their ink or whatever. But he does sign it, Bryan Kohberger, Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, January 3rd, 2023. I certify that the above was read to me and signed by me, and this agreement has been without compulsion, threat, or force on the part of authorities here and upon the free desire of Bryan Kohberger. He signs it again, and then there was the 2 witnesses that signed it. Okay. So yeah, he signed it. He had to sign it twice on here. Hold on, y'all. I gotta get back over. Okay. Marlene, thank you so much for becoming a member and welcome to the family. Yeah, I'm behind in chat. Give me just a second. I gotta get my Kelly, if you're not a mod, you can't drop links or anything like that. If you have a picture that you want to send though, you're more than welcome to email it to me. Okay. So I just wanted to show y'all that because Crime Crazy did send that to me. So yeah, his handwriting is very, I don't know, very weird. And yeah, like Carrie said, it's probably hard to sign with cuffs on as well. So, all right, give me 1 second. I need to mute and tell Troll something real quick. Okay. All right. Let me get my little notes back out over here, y'all. Did he have to sign? Fern, yeah, I doubt they took the cuffs off. Hold on 1 second. What is this? Wait. Give me just a second. Okay. All right, let me get my notes because I have to write down everything that I'm gonna play for y'all because if I don't, I will forget. I doubt they took his cuffs off to let him sign anything. Uh, they probably made him keep them on. All right, let me get back in here. Nation. Okay, now I gotta find no defense. There was one that I wanted y'all to watch. It was a former. Okay, that was Banfield. That's the one we just played. There's one on here though that is a former FBI and CIA. This is it right here that I wanted y'all to see. I think them taking them cuffs off of him, it's too dangerous. Let's see. Do y'all think Bryan Inton will be able to report unbiasedly on another Bryan? I think he would. I gotta show. I was just sitting here staring at my screen, couldn't remember what I was doing here. Hey, Doreen, how are you? Kelly, that's what it's supposed to come up under. It was a bad joke. See, I think BK is going to be given a pickle report from death row very soon. Honestly, I hope he gets the death penalty. Maybe I shouldn't wish death. I'm not wishing death on anybody. But you know what? This dude, he did what he did to those kids for no reason. And not only, I don't know if his family knew anything about it. And if they didn't, then I feel bad for them. If they did know, then I don't feel bad for him. But if they did not know, like he literally put his family through this along with those 4 kids and those 4 kids' family. Okay, let me get this pulled up here. All right, so this one here is the former CIA and FBI breaks down Idaho suspects' next steps.
CIA and FBI agent, as well as current professor of criminal justice, Tracy Walder. Tracy, as always, thank you for speaking with us. We saw that video of Kohberger being brought into the courthouse, but that was hours ago. Explain to us the reasoning behind bringing him hours before his actual hearing.
Sure. Well, it's great to see you, Nicole. There's, a couple administrative things that are going on here. The first is whenever you're dealing with a transfer of this nature, the first thing that you need to do is you have to bring them there a few hours before. Typically prisoners, when they're making that initial appearance, which is really what he was doing today, pleading, whether or not he was going to waive his extradition, they bring them typically in groups. But in this case, obviously, it's just one person. Given the situation, there was a lot of security. They're brought there hours before because they need to get settled. They need to get settled into their cell. So that is very typical. Something like that, a transfer like that happens first thing in the morning, and then you just sort of need to wait it out really until it's your turn.
And Tracy, obviously this is certainly not a movie, but common in a lot of action movies, there'll be a criminal transported, being brought back somewhere, something goes wrong, they end up being set free. How does law enforcement stop that from happening in real life? How does law enforcement ensure that the transit does really go smoothly?
It's hard because we're dealing with pop culture perceptions, right? That's what's the most in our face all of the time. But really, the U.S. Marshals, which I would imagine is going to help with this transfer, they are the best of the best. This is what they do all day, every day in terms of prisoner transport. I would imagine, just to ensure safety of him and everyone else, this will take place at probably an odd hour and probably via air. I would imagine that transporting him via vehicle will perhaps be a bit risky and also could kind of create a circus, if you will. And so, the U.S. Marshals, this is what they do. We have used them many times at the FBI to help with prisoner transport, and they are incredible at their job. And also to kind of piggyback on what Nancy said, when he arrives in Idaho, he will go to that jail facility. But once he makes his initial appearance, if he is not given bail or if he cannot make bail, he will be sent to prison. Jails are really just holding facilities.
And Trace, last question for you. We know the FBI was brought in on this almost from the very beginning. Now that a suspect is in custody, how does that role change, or does that role change?
So they're not going to just pack up everything and say, goodbye, have a great day. They are going to probably be called as witnesses in this case in terms of how they gathered evidence, how they did some of that DNA tracking and digital evidence. And so they will be with this case every single step of the way throughout their prosecution. They have to be.
All right, Tracy Walder, as always, we appreciate your expertise. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Go to News.
All right. I hate how that keeps playing whenever I stop it. Okay. Let me get to the next one here. So yeah, what she's explaining is that the U.S. Marshals are going to be the ones that's going to escort him back to Idaho. If he hasn't already made it back there. Let's see, how long's the flight from PA to Idaho? Probably taking between midnight and 4 a.m. I mean, I wouldn't think that if they get a nonstop flight, it shouldn't be that long, huh? Like probably a couple of hours, I would think. Let's see. Okay, so Crime Crazy Poppy is saying that they're having a hard time signing into Facebook. Okay, so Sean's saying it's a 5-hour flight. Okay. All right. Let's see. Wait, where is Rogue Mama? Thank you so much for becoming a member and welcome to the family. Isn't a flight from like New York to LA 6 hours or something like that? Just like a nonstop flight. Boise has a state penitentiary. Centura Pickle Haddock. I would think if they're going to put him on a commercial flight, they're going to fly him maybe first class just to keep him away from, I would think, to keep him away from the other passengers on the plane. Let's see. Depends on the direction, 6 to 8 hours. Okay. Utah really still has a firing squad? That can't be true. And I just want to thank everyone from the bottom of my heart for the support on the channel because, I get up here and talk and show y'all all this stuff, but if it wasn't for all of you, the channel wouldn't be where it's at. So I have all of you to thank for that. I don't know. He's saying that they still have the firing squad in Utah. So no, not first. They will take the last row, put 2 marshals on him in the middle. Okay. Let's see. And is there any state that still does, um, and as far from the cockpit as they can get him? Okay. Is there any state that still has the electric chair? Because I know most of them. Thank you, Wolfpack. I know that most states have moved over to lethal injection, but I didn't know if there was one that still had. So Florida still has the electric chair? Okay. What about Texas? I know Texas is like a huge Texas still has it too? Okay. I know Texas was like, they're a huge death penalty state, but I didn't know if it was, um wait, so it is true they do have a firing squad in Utah? I did not know that. Let's see, you make it easy for everyone. Thank you, Gigi. But seriously, on a serious note, like the channel would not be where it's at if it wasn't for all of the subs. And you guys supporting it, whether it's just by donations or if it's just by in here hanging out in chat, thumbsing it up, whatever. Okay. Li- I had to read that your comment over. I was like, what? Okay, so there's no chair in Texas? Okay, it is up to the convicted to choose between available options. Oh, okay. That's weird because I didn't know that they had that in Utah. All right, let me get back to. All right, one other thing real quick I need to ask. I keep forgetting all this, and Troll is like reminding me because I told him I was going to ask all this. Posted all options and states allowed add-ons. Okay. Before I forget, if I was to start making soap and candles, like homemade soap and candles, would anyone be interested in that? Yeah, and they do not have the sanity plea in Idaho. Like literally, if they will do the psych eval, and if they find out that he is not competent to stand trial, he will have to go to a hospital, and they do whatever um, they do at the hospital, and then um, once he is found competent, they would then they would do the court thing. You're gonna do a dolly. Actually, Big Al, I've been wanting to do homemade soap and candles for like ever, and I just never have gotten around to it. I never had the time. Um, but I mean, if people is interested in it, I would like to do it. And candles and soap, probably to start out with, but this isn't a definite. Um, Vanilla, coconut, lavender, a lavender vanilla, would probably be like some of the main ones that I start out with, and maybe like a sandalwood smell for like the men, um, something like that. So I wanted to know if it would be worth my while to do it, because I love candles. I have so many candles in this house. It's unreal. Um, I need to invest in a candle company. A pina colada. Oh, pina colada smells so good. Cherry, sandalwood. Okay. It smells delicious. My favorite scent, honestly, is vanilla, but I love coconut also. Coconut would be like what is it? Sandalwood coconut, I believe is a thing. Eucalyptus is a really good one. Um, but the lavender vanilla together is also another good scent. So I just wanted to know if it would be worth my while to go buy all of the stuff and because I would have to buy all the ingredients, make it all, um, package it, do orders, send it out, and everything. So vanilla musk. Oh, Jim J, that would be a good one. Let's see. In Alien Dog, it wouldn't be just for the members. It would be for everyone. For that. And I probably wouldn't have it ready to do a giveaway with that. Bath bombs would be a good one. But yeah, I would first start up with the candles and soap and then maybe move on to the bath bombs. Nothing worse than waking up dreaming about the beach and you have your face in a coconut candle. Spearmint and eucalyptus. Let's see. I make candles here at home with scents. Izzy, what kind do you make? Coffee smell and beach smell. See, I love the beach. That's like what the beach is my happy place. Peppermint during the holidays would be a good one. 2010, Ronnie Lee Gardner was executed in Utah by firing squad. That is crazy. I did not know that they had a firing squad, y'all. I thought they did did away with all of that. Lavender. Okay, well, I mean, if y'all think that it's worth my while and y'all would be interested in it, I will start gathering up the stuff and start trying to get it all made. I would like to do like a huge batch of it first and then put it out. Poppy, your birthday is tomorrow. So tomorrow as being January the 4th or the 5th, because right now it's the 4th where I'm at. Governor brought it back in 2005. That is so crazy. They still have hangings. Some states do. That is so crazy. I did not know that. I thought it was either like the chair or lethal injection. Alien Dog, I've drank the Dr. Pepper, the vanilla Dr. Pepper. They're nasty. I don't like them. All right, so I'm gonna read an article real quick that Troll just found. Maybe get all these damn pop-ups off of here. Okay. All right. And I still got to get my big, huge calendar that I was telling y'all about. I want to get a big, huge calendar for the year, right? All days on it so I can keep up with them, and then that way we can make sure that we wish them a happy birthday. So, let's see. It was Poppy, right? Wait, why is my chat not moving? Okay, so everyone make sure that y'all wish Poppy a happy birthday. Missouri just did a lethal injection yesterday. Oh, wow. All right. Okay, so and this article that I'm about to read. Wait, I gotta get back on StreamYard real quick. I think my internet is screwing up. Let's see. I want a Bryan gets the Kansas cancel. All right. Something is up with my chat. Give me just a second. For some reason, let me get this off the screen. Oh, wow, Izzy. And Poppy, you are very welcome. All right, so I'm gonna pull up this article real quick if I can get this to cooperate. Exit off of all of this. All right, let's see if we can get this to do right. Okay, give me just 1 second, 9mm, and I will, I'll check it in just 1 second. Let me get this. My screen keeps freezing up, so I need to get this, this article done, and then I'll check it. Okay, so it just says how police use genealogy to find the Idaho murder suspect. All right, so Moscow, Idaho. There are many ways to process and find DNA matches, like when police are unable to pin down the suspect. In the University of Idaho murder investigation, police use a process called genealogy, which was also used to find the Golden State Killer and a serial rapist from Pullman in a cold case from 18 years ago. All right, and for some reason, my damn internet keeps. All right, let me exit off everything else I got pulled up on my screen, y'all. Give me just a second. Because for some reason, I'm not able to. I think it would. Okay, Kelly, I will check in just a second, okay, to make sure that I got it. Okay, y'all, I'm seriously about to get upset. All right, so Dr. Greg Hampikin, I'm probably butchering his name too, is the director of the Idaho Innocent Project, an organization that uses DNA to overturn the convictions of people who have been wrongfully imprisoned for crimes that they did not commit. The doctor is well versed on the pivotal role DNA can play in criminal investigations, speaking directly to the process of genealogy. This is really the new way for cases that don't have a suspect, and that's a significant part of this case. For example, the doctor said they didn't have a suspect to arrest by motive or other elements until they got his genealogical match. I don't know what the hell is up with my internet tonight. All right, so how it works is police collect a DNA sample from a crime scene, like a swab of blood, and submit it to the crime lab. If they get no initial matches, they can submit the DNA to independent genealogy companies. Okay, hold on, y'all. There is something up that is causing my stuff. And it's not wanting to scroll. It's like it's lagging or something. All right. So genealogy companies have pieces of DNA from people all over the world who voluntarily submitted samples to learn more about their family roots. Genealogicalists compare the DNA submitted by police with other DNA already in their databases to see if it matches with the family pedigree. Because so many people have submitted samples over the years, there's a higher probability of finding a match, but it can take time to zero in on the right person. So they got to hit to a family or a pedigree, and that can go back hundreds of years. So you have to then do the paperwork to find out who's in the family, with what birth records are there, death certificates, who's alive, and who could have been in the area at the time the doctor said. From that point, they'll try to get an actual sample from the suspect. So far, only 2 commercial genealogy companies allow police access. For the ones that do, like GED Match, customers must give their consent before submitting their sample. The doctor emphasized that just because their DNA is found at the scene doesn't mean that person's crime. Okay. That's why police investigation is key to this. They've got to have a very careful done case. Just because you have DNA doesn't tell you what happened. It tells you who may have contributed, he said. Let's see. The doctor in a 2-decade career, genealogical evidence has only been used to assist in an investigative lead, like to help identify a suspect, though he says that could change soon this year. Y'all, this is, I don't know what the hell is up with my internet tonight. All right, so that was the end of it. So that's how they did it. They went through the genealogy companies. Apparently, someone in his family had submitted their DNA. It all of a sudden just started doing this, and I don't know why. But I know that since the storms and stuff the other night, they've been having some issues with the internet, and for some reason, they think that overnight nobody's awake or working, and they think that's the best times to work on it and all that good shit. So that could be what they're doing. All right. Is robotic better now? Okay, so yeah, it's they may be working on it. Hold on, y'all. 1 second, y'all. Okay, am I still robotic? And no, we're not having bad weather now, but we did last night, all day yesterday, and it was raining this morning, and our entire road that we live on was completely flooded. And it where our telephone boxes and all that, um, they're like halfway underwater. And Gigi, you have a good night, honey. All right, so let me get this off the screen. All right, let me check my email real quick, y'all. Give me just a second. Okay, Kelly, I did get your picture, honey. Uh, oh yeah, I remember this, and I'm not gonna pull it up on screen just because what it says, but Kelly had sent a picture to me of it was a comment from anonymous. They thought that it was this Bryan guy that had posted on 4chan where he says that it's very graphic. That's why I'm not gonna pull it up, but saying what he did to him, what he hung up on the ceiling fan and all that. I'm sure a lot of people, I'm sure y'all have seen it. I don't want to pull it up just because it's very graphic. Um, I don't know if it's true or not, but it does say some very disgusting things. But in that post, he does say, I'm hiding in the woods in Shithole, Pennsylvania. Good luck catching me. And that was posted on December the 12th. So that was posted a day before. Sea Star, you have a good night, honey. It was posted on December the 12th. That would have been a day before they left. They left on, I think, the 13th on their way back to Pennsylvania. I mean, it could be him. It could not be him. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to read off. Yeah, I saw it, Kelly. Um, now, police would know if that's true or not. Hey, Amethyst, how are you? Police would know if that's true. Um, the coroner would know if that's true. So I'm sure they would be able to tell, if what this person is saying is true, the police and the coroner know that it's true also, then the only person that would know that would have been the killer. Hey, Sima, how are you? So I'm sure that if this is the person, if this is the Brondu, they, yeah, they already know it. But yeah, you did get it. I did get it, Kelly. It did go through. I don't want to pull that up. Let's see. Emerald Queen's done left, but I did get their email. Somebody else sent me a picture. I don't want to say their name. Someone who was in sick way proud of his crimes, in my opinion. I think he would, yeah, he's very egotistical. I don't know if he bragged, but Lele. Ken, ours is like very slow here. I have shitty internet. And I had checked into, because I think Big Al was the one that told me about Starlink. And I checked into it where I'm at. We can't get it right now. Um, so I'm trying to look for some other internet providers to see if they're available where I'm at. My problem is, um, where I'm at, a lot of the things aren't available because I'm literally in the middle of the woods. Like, if I got anything with satellite, we'd have to cut the trees down. I did look into Starlink though, and it's not available where I'm at. So, but they did say soon, within the next year or so, it should be available here. Once it becomes available here, more than likely we're going to get it if we can. Where was the post I read? The one that I'm just now talking about, Vapor? It was on 4chan. So if you can't get residential, you can get mobile, even if the residential is not available. Because like what we have now, our phone company and internet company is privately owned, and we can't get any other thing unless it's like HughesNet, Starlink, or something like that. It's just got to be available in the area. And it is just super shitty what we have. And the thing is, we never use the house phone, but in order to have the internet, you got to have the house phone. So basically, they're making us pay for a house phone that we never use. All right, let me see. Okay, so allegedly, Annie, you were the one that sent me the email. So I did get yours. Trying to see if there was anybody else. I think that was everyone. Go back to my other one real quick. Hold on, what is this? Aerials. Okay, I can't pull that up. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Starlink has two services: residential, mobile. Mobile is throttled at lower speeds, but is still more dependable than a soup can and a string like you've got. Okay, well, I may have to check into that one then and see if we can get it here. Because they're claiming that they have my internet turned up as high as they can get it, and it's still slow as hell. And they're claiming that they're going to do fiber optic and all this and that within the next year to year and a half. And honestly, I can't wait that long because it affects me streaming. And I try to explain that to them, and they just don't. Did you get mine? Let me check, Cassie. Hold on. I don't think I've seen one from you, but let me go back and relook. That's another thing I got to do. I got to get another email. And Cassie, when did you send it? Because oh, wait. No, I did get it. Okay, let me pull this one up real quick. All right, so I'm fixing to bring his ugly ass face back up, y'all. CenturyLink is a good company. I'll have to go back and see what all we can get here. Because, I mean, if Starlink would have been available here, I was going to get it that night. We would have just had to have cut the trees down. Because honestly, it would have been a lot better to cut the trees down and got something else than keep dealing with what we have now. Am I like, oh, Cassie's, here we go. I use a company called MetroNet. It's phenomenal. I don't know if it's available everywhere. I'm gonna have to find something because this is getting ridiculous. I mean, y'all saw it was working fine, and then when I went to reading that article, it wouldn't even scroll. It was like my chat was freezing up and everything. But that could be due to also, like I said, all the water, our roads are flooded. And for some reason, they think that it's a good idea to put the internet and telephone boxes like in our ditches. So they get full of water. Okay, so Poppy, Jingle Balls is saying that your invite has been generated. Hey, Maisie, how are you? Okay, so Cassie just sent me these. Okay, I sent one a couple of days ago. 4 screenshots, very strange things that happened before the crime in Pullman. Okay, James, I'll have to go back and look. I don't remember one from you, but I'll go back and look and see if I got them. Cassie's telling y'all to hold on. Trigger warning, huh, Cassie? Okay, they dropped a switch and routed traffic to a smaller tunnel. Think marbles going through a funnel. Some marbles have to wait to make it through. Devices it's you. No, I don't have a lot of devices. Everything in the house is cut off except for my computer, which my computer is hardwired. The only thing that right now that is going on Wi-Fi is my phone and my husband's phone, and that's it. Everything else that runs off of Wi-Fi is cut off. Okay. All right, y'all. Here comes his ugly ass face again, but this time he got a mean look on his face. Like he is just, he ain't having it. Data marbles all your neighbors have. Yeah, our internet here just sucks, y'all, honestly. See, my brain wants to understand what can make someone so evil. Trigger warning. Okay. But I mean, there will be times though that my son can be on his Xbox playing while I'm live, and it doesn't affect it. And then tonight, literally nobody else in the house is on internet. Everything is cut off. All the TVs are off. Uh, the other computer is off. Mine is hardwired to the internet, and then just my phone and my husband's phone is on the Wi-Fi, and it was working fine. Then all of a sudden, it quit working. Let's see. If you enlarge the picture, you see his wicked eyes look black. Okay, and I do have another picture after this one. And Izzy, yes, you are telling the truth. And I don't want to zoom in too much, y'all. That dude is just 2001 computer science degrees. Okay, let me get another one. Okay, so there's where he is sticking his tongue out. But yeah, even in this picture, his eyes look like that. Hold on, y'all. Okay, when was the last time you reset the modem? 2 days ago? It was January the 2nd at 12. Wait, what was January the 2nd at 12:19? Okay, the ISP will blame your equipment all day long because you can't prove that it's not. It's almost. Yeah, I know. Our company just sucks, honestly. Does anybody have HughesNet or know anything about it? Because that was one of the companies we were looking into. Alien Dog, I don't know. I don't know if he's doing that on purpose at the media or what. But yeah, he is disgusting, y'all. Okay, so Troll Big Al is saying stay away from HughesNet. Unless you're rich. Okay, well, I'm not rich. Now, I do every other day clean my computer. I'll go through and like all of the temporary files that I don't need, they're all deleted. Um, what is the other thing? The cleanse thing. I do that every other day also. Hidden fees on Hughes is insane. Okay. Well, I did read on when we was looking at Starlink that like they don't have any hidden fees. It tells like what their monthly thing is and all that. That is one reason why I wanted it. I know Big Al, you were saying that it was awesome that you had it, and so that's why we were going to go for it, but it's not available here. Okay, and the browser too. Okay. So yeah, I try not to keep anything on my computer that I don't need. Uh, um, yeah, so yeah, I get rid of everything that I don't need on it just to try to keep it cleaned up as much as I can to keep it running as fast as I can. I've used mine in the car, the sunroof while driving to prove that I could do it. Oh, January okay, I'm sorry, James. I didn't know what you were talking about. Let me go back and look real quick. And that facial expression could have been, Bundy gave several different type of facial expressions. Um, so that could have been why he was doing that look as well. Okay, January the 2nd. Let me go to the 2nd. Give me just 1 second, y'all. Okay, still on the 3rd. Okay, James, I'm on the 2nd. Okay, I think I got it. 4 strange police reports from Pullman leading up to the murders. Broken into, says she had footprints on her seat. One of these reports, we found footprints on her window sill and bed. Okay. Okay, so it was like November the 4th, 2022. So this was like the daily call thing. America First, how are you? These are we have to use the modem. It's the one that the company gave to us. I do have a Wi-Fi box that we had bought a while back, and then whenever they switched because to begin with, all we had was a DSL box, and then they switched all their boxes out, and they gave us a DSL box with the Wi-Fi built in, so I don't use my Wi-Fi box that I bought. So I may have to end up resetting it tonight, though. Alright, so this is let me pull these up real quick because it's kind of hard to explain. A voice for hope, you have a wonderful night. All right, so I'm gonna pull these up real quick, y'all, and then I'm gonna head out for the night. Okay, the problem is DSL is running on old copper phone lines. Data throughout will never be good on those lines. They're saying they're supposed to run fiber optic through here because the way our system is set up, we have like a main highway that runs through the middle of their, like through our little community on the little neighborhoods, I guess is what you would call it, on one side of the main highway. They went through and put all copper or fiber optic. They give them the like the television. You can get the TV packages and all that through the phone company and all of that. On our side of the main highway, like and each side of the main highway is like little bitty small black top roads that just goes back into the country, and there's like people that live down dirt roads in the woods and all that. On our side of the main highway, they didn't run the fiber optic. So we have to sit and wait for them to start on our side. Okay, let me find James's thing that he sent to me. Okay, this is weird. On my computer, it will not let me, James. That is why I wasn't seeing it. It wasn't letting me go that far. On my phone, it will. So let me screenshot all of these. I got to screenshot the screenshots, and then I can pull them up that way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, give me just 1 second. All right, I'm not even going to worry about cropping them because there's nothing on them. Email them to myself. Okay, there is no any. Yes, that is true. I'll just be glad when we get something better because this is like the crappiest internet ever. Okay, is fiber optic as good as you hoped it would be? I've never used it. I mean, everybody on the side of our of the company that we have, everybody that's got the fiber optic, they say it's really good and it's really fast. But they're taking their sweet little time putting it on our side of the system. Wolfpack, you have a wonderful night. Battery, so power goes down. I don't lose video. Big Al, though, you use your Starlink for your business, right? Or is it for your business and your home? Okay, everybody's saying fiber optic is amazing. They love it. It's faster. See, they need to do it with mine. I called them the other night or the other day when we were having issues and asked them if they could turn it up, the speed on mine, and they said they could turn it up a little bit, but something about they can't turn it all the way up. They can only do it till right before it's all the way up. Okay, B, you have a wonderful night, and thanks for coming and hanging out with us. So as of right now, mine is as fast as it can go. Have you tried T-Mobile 5G internet? No, I do have T-Mobile cell phone service. It actually, like right now, I've got 4 bars on my cell phone, and we have T-Mobile. I did see that something about they have home internet. I thought about checking into that because I mean it can't be any worse than what I have now. See, they most likely have a business here, but yeah, the business one when we were looking at it. Okay, so like the home one was $500 for like you had to pay the $500 deposit and you get all of your equipment or whatever, and it's like $100 a month, I believe is what it was. And then the business one was like way more. Okay, what about Viastat or Viastate? It's also available here. Viastat. That's what it's called. The problem with T-Mobile or any other wireless is capped. Oh yeah, see, I can't have no cap. I gotta have unlimited. See, it sounds like you're getting throttled by SP. Have you been using internet a lot more? No, my internet usage has always been like this. Yeah, I can't have a cap. I have to have unlimited. Okay, so HughesNet has a cap also. Troll, see if this one has a cap on it. Because we can't have no cap, y'all. Like, my son plays literally, this is everything we have on our internet when it's a normal day. Um, I have my computer, my son has his computer. We've got 3 TVs on Wi-Fi, and then we've got 4 cell phones on Wi-Fi, plus, or 4 TVs, my bad. Then we've got 2 video games that are on Wi-Fi. So we have all of that going. That's just during the day. Now, whenever I stream at night, my youngest son's already in bed asleep. My oldest one, he cuts his TV off and, his computer and game and all that and just uses his phone. And he can just use the data from his phone. But so I can't, like, we use too much internet. I can't have a cap. Fern, have a good night, honey. Okay, let me get these downloaded now that James sent to me. Huh? The Viastat is unlimited? Okay, well, we may have to check into that. See, Viastat is number 12 of 2022, better than HughesNet. Okay, well, that's a good thing. And it's unlimited. Okay. Well, we may have to check into that then. Yeah, Honda Civic, I actually had to do that day before yesterday. Let's see. Son-in-law bought a booster for his box. Well, we may have to check Viastat then, just to see. Because I even told Troll that if we got a new internet service, I was going to leave what we have now hooked up, just in case the other one didn't work. Like if it was worse. Gigi, thank you so much for the super sticker. If we got a new one and it didn't work or whatever, as good as the shitty one we have now, then we can just drop it and keep the crappy one that we have. But I mean, they make us pay for the house phone and we don't even use the house phone. CenturyLink is good for all that. I pay almost $50 a month. Pink, is CenturyLink, is it unlimited or does it have a cap? El Guapo, I check it, but no, it's not getting what I'm paying for. Must have got lost. Yes, I have the Ethernet hooked into it. Because it'll work without the Ethernet cable in it, but it works better when I have it hardwired. You sent me something important. Okay, let me check Kelly's real quick to make sure that I got it. And then I'm going to pull the stuff up that James had sent to me the other day. About using your own modem and routers. And no, because we have to use their router. All right, Jim J, you have a good night. All right, let's see what this is. Okay. All right, so it was said that the car was registered in Pennsylvania for some time, and then just recently before the murders in Washington. I'm gonna try to give you the picture of the plate. So Kelly, we've already ran the plate number on that car, and it was changed. The plates on it was changed from Pennsylvania to Washington 5 days after the murders. All right, let me get this pulled up here. Let's see. Yeah, this is just the beginning of justice for them and the families. Yes, that is true, Kelly. Yeah, I'm hoping y'all here soon we get something better because this is getting ridiculous. All right. Okay, so CenturyLink has no limit on usage. Okay, well, I'm gonna write that down too and see if it's um available in our area. That's the problem here though, because we're in such a rural area. Literally, when I say I live in the woods, we basically where we live at is got a bulldozer and dozed out a spot in the woods and put our house here. Like we're 3 miles off a main highway in the middle of the woods. And Zara, you have a good night, honey. I had 200 trucks on T-Mobile Wireless on the same tower down in Arkansas. We kill data for every person using that tower when the trucks roll in. Oh, wow. Well, I do know that as soon as Starlink is available here, I'm going to get it. I think it's, I want to say 100 a month. Troll, wasn't the Starlink thing like 100 a month? The Starlink, wasn't it like 100 or something like that? Or a little, maybe a little more. Yes, Big Al, you can. They did have a waiting list. I mean, hell, if I gotta pay $150, y'all, it's worth it. Because right now, I'm sorry, I'm eating pizza. For my home phone and the crappy internet that we have right now, I'm paying $101. So I know we would have to pay the $500 for the equipment for Starlink, and then I want to say it was 100, but even if it's 150, I would still pay it because it would be worth it if it works. And there's um, no cap to it or anything like that, so it would be worth it. So we may have to get put on the waiting list. All right, now let me grab what James sent to me, and I didn't crop these either. There wasn't any personal information on them, so I just screenshotted the screenshot. All right. Okay. All right, so it says 4 strange police reports from Pullman leading up to the murders. Remember the video of the girl whose car was broken into, which is the house that was across the road from where Jack D lives at. Her car was broken into, and she had a footprint on her car seat. One of these reports is of someone who found found footprints on their window sill in bed. Okay, haven't had time for the Linux. Yeah, El Guapo, like most of the time my streams are okay. And then there'll get sometimes where I can't do shit on them. But I honestly think that it's because we have so much water, like literally our entire dirt road. I even sent a video to my mods yesterday of us having to drive down our dirt road and the whole road is underwater. So that could have a lot to do with it too, because some boxes are underwater out there. That's another bad thing about Louisiana. We have crappy roads and our back roads, like they don't have ditches, so they don't drain. So everything gets flooded here. Yeah, ours are all underground. All of our lines are. Ours, no, the only thing that are on the poles is what runs where they hook it into your house, and then uh, they run it like ours goes from our house to our electric pole that's out in our yard, and then it runs across the road to another electric pole, and then it goes down that pole into the ground, into the box. And now the box, our telephone box or whatever you want to call it, is sitting right in front of my house, and it's literally half of it's underwater right now. And it's been underwater since it rained last week because we don't have ditches. And our culverts, where we have the culverts at, we have one right in front of my house because the creek runs down through our property. And the culvert is stopped up, and the parish will not come out and clean it out. And literally, if anybody is in here who is from Louisiana, they will tell you Louisiana has some of the worst roads in the country. Like horrible. Even our interstates. Like I-49 is horrible. You would think at least the interstates would be good, but they're not. Alligators are there. No, I mean the gators are over in the river, which is like a mile through the woods. See, America First knows LA roads are horrible. I mean, they're literally the crappiest, y'all. There's just like all of 49, except for when you get from Shreveport up to Texarkana, where they built 49, Interstate 49. It's brand new, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty good road. But from Shreveport south, it's got holes in it. It's got where it's cracked, and they've just went in and patched the cracks, and it's bumpy as hell. Interstate 20, I refuse to even drive on. I-10, I haven't drove on it in a couple of years. But just the parish roads are like the main highway through here is horrible. Let's see, we have underground cables where I live and they rust out quickly. See, that's like our electric lines. A bird can land on our electric lines and the shit goes out. I-10 in Louisiana. I haven't drove on I-10. Let's see, I didn't go that way in 2020 when we went to Cameron. But the time before that, in 2017, I believe it was, we went to Cameron and I went through Alexandra and had to hit I-10 to go that way down to Lake Charles. And yeah, it was horrible. Not to mention the traffic on I-10 is horrible. 40 foot I-10 worst experience. I know the road, y'all. Like we don't have a police jury here anymore. Laura, I'm central part of Louisiana. But if I had to guess, I would assume closer to Shreveport than Baton Rouge. But anywhere you go in the state, it's horrible here. Let's see, I've been to Texarkana. Isn't that the town that the movie The Town that dreaded? I don't know the Krista, but I do know that on one side of Texarkana, like when you're going down the main street in Texarkana, your left side, if you're going north, is Texas, and your right side is Arkansas. I tore my shit apart looking for. Oh wow. I-10 is. Hey Candy, how are you? Um, I-10 is really bad. Like they catch a lot of drug transports down through there. South Baton Rouge several years ago. Yeah, it's just like all of our roads. And yes, my JC, I'm 42. I've lived here all of my life except for 2 months when I lived in Illinois. And I hated the weather, so I came back to Louisiana. They didn't find your drugs or your money. Okay, so this thing here, this was on the screenshot. This was from October the 29th. Um, and it was from Pullman, Washington. And the caller reported footprints on her windowsill and her bed. Officer responded, but they didn't say if they did a report. Okay, let me go to the next one. This one, wait, are these the same ones? Do they all say the same thing? Hold on, I think that's the first two were the same. This one here was November the 4th from Pullman, caller advising that the downstairs door is unlocked and the crawl space is open. Officer responded. Let's see. Wanted to pop in. Oh, Candy, thank you so much for dropping by. Let me get to the next one. Okay, this is November the 6th. Caller reporting that they left to get food, and when they came back home, their front door was wide open and no one is answering. Officers responded. Why did these people never put if they made a report or not? I guess maybe because of it being a college town too, and like they don't want all these reports that are going on because it would, keep people from wanting to come there. Hey, Commander, how are you? Ava, that is true. I don't understand. They don't even make reports, and still cannot wrap my mind around that. That in Moscow, if they have a welfare check, they don't make a report on it. I don't get that. They had to call their canine out the other day to do a drug search, and there was no report on it. I don't get that. Illinois sucks. Ashes. I I lived there 2 months. We went one day, it was really nice. It was like 70 something degrees, pretty sunny day. Went to bed, everything was cool. Woke up the next morning and there was literally a foot of snow on the ground. I told Troll I wanted to go back home. I don't like cold weather. I don't like snow. And once the snow cleared out, we came back home. And I haven't been back since. I hate snow. Don't like cold weather. And plus, they don't have food like Louisiana has. Like, we got Campbell's soup down here. I couldn't find a can of Campbell's soup nowhere in Illinois at all. It was all some chef shit. Go to a restaurant, they didn't have Dr. Pepper. They had uh, Mr. Pibb. I mean, it's like, if you ain't got Campbell's soup, then we got issues. I'm serious. They had Mr. Pibb. They did not have Dr. Pepper in any restaurant that we ever went to. They did not have Dr. Pepper. They had Mr. Pibb. No what? Oh yeah, and they don't have no seasoning up there either. I go to the grocery store, this grocery store called Schnucks. Okay. These people did not have Tony Sasseray Creole seasoning. Now they sold Dr. Pepper in the grocery store, but if you go to a restaurant and you drink Dr. Pepper, you're gonna get Mr. Pibb. I can't, which I don't drink Dr. Pepper anymore. But if you ain't got Campbell's soup, like when I'm sick, I want some Campbell's chicken noodle soup. I don't want no chef whatever clam chowder bullshit. They had no Tony Sasseray seasoning. What else did they not have? There was something else they didn't have. I can't remember what it was. So I had to come back home. Like if they ain't got seasoning, because I can't do just salt and pepper. I have to have some kind of spicy seasoning on my food, or I can't eat it. No, that's the store's fault because they didn't order the Tony season. Oh yeah, they ain't got no crawfish up there either. And even if they did have crawfish, I probably wouldn't have ate it. Oh, Tony seasoning is awesome. Just the original Creole seasoning. That's like the best ever. I put Tony's and seasoned salt on everything that I cook. Yeah, the people up there don't even know what gumbo is. Literally. Like you go to Illinois and you say the word gumbo and they look at you like you're dumb. Oh, Candy Tony's is awesome. I need to make another gumbo. We made one a couple weeks ago. I need to make another one. Frozen crawfish at Walmart. That's as close as you're gonna get up here unless you go get. But see, like we buy the frozen crawfish. If we like make gumbo or etouffee or something like that. Yes, Jane. It's a seafood dish. It's sort of like I guess a vegetable soup, but instead of vegetables, it's seafood. Um, we do buy the frozen crawfish tails, but if I'm gonna eat crawfish, I would like even our Chinese restaurant here in town where we live at, they have crawfish in there, but I won't eat it because I don't know where they get them from. The people up there when we were in Illinois, the people were cool. Uh, I mean, you couldn't have asked for nicer people, but just they didn't have things like we have here in Louisiana. If I want crawfish, I order from yes, that's the best thing to do. Oh, yes, pickle me Elmo. I mean, you can buy roux in the jar, and it tastes okay, but it's not like making your own roux. But I do need to make another gumbo. But I gotta get some more gumbo filet because I don't have any more. I used all of it the other day when we made the gumbo the last time. And it was so funny because here in Louisiana, when like everybody and their brother down here, if you go catch what we call brim fish, you fry them whole, you eat the tail. We were up there with my aunt and we went to one of her friend's house, and me and Charlie and my aunt, because my aunt grew up in Louisiana too, uh, we were eating the tail off the brim. And he's like looking at us like we're crazy. Like he didn't know anything about eating fish like that. A roux is like you make it sort of like you're making brown gravy, but you brown it really good, but you don't put the water in it. And then you put the roux in it. You put it in your gumbo. See. I mean, you can buy roux in a jar, but I mean, it's easier just to make your own. Let's see. I'm happy Brian got arrested. Yes, raise the bar. Welcome to chat. And yes, I'm ecstatic that this dude is arrested, and he is going to be on his way back to Idaho. Let's see. How do you clean your computer? All I do is just go to because I have Windows 11. I just go to my little window thing or start menu. I go to storage, and then there's a thing on there. It's called cleanse or something like that. Um, and I just do a cleanse on it, and it deletes anything that you don't need, and it'll tell you once the cleanse is done how much space they were able to free up. Let's see, you don't have a thick Ellie accent. I would never have guessed. No, my accent isn't as bad as because I'm not as far south as some people are. The further south you go, the more of the Cajun accent you get. Let's see. Wait, my dad is from a small town near Appaloosa. Huntsville, Alexandria is a quaint area college town. Yes. I hate driving in Alexandria though. That damn circle they got down there. Or roundabout or whatever you call it. I sound like Texans do. I'm more country than Cajun. Let's see. My fam has a thick accent, but I've not been to LA. Ava, what part of Louisiana is your family from? I'll try plowing snow in a roundabout. That roundabout in Alexandria, y'all, is horrible. Yeah, Pickle Me Elmo, I know exactly. Well, I don't know exactly where you live at, but I know what part of Louisiana. I do sound country Texan. What? What? Yeah, the further you go south, the more the Cajun accents come out, and the better the food gets. Oh, Ava, you don't know what part? Let's see. Wait, I just saw some. Oh, wait, here it goes. I went to Shreveport, Louisiana, went to casino and stayed in hotel. Which casino was it, Simple Butterfly? Oh yeah, Pickle Me Elmo. He just came from outside. All right, y'all. Well, I'm just gonna get off of here. Let's see. I'm right on the Texas Louisiana line. I think Pickle Me Elmo, me and you had talked about that before, like what you were close to when I was talking about always going down there during the summer. I love it down there though, honestly. Like that area of South Louisiana, like have the best locals ever. But yeah, I need to get out of here. It's already 2 o'clock. Vaughn, you have a wonderful night. Michelle, you have a wonderful night too. And thank you everyone who, became a member tonight, all the new subs. You went to the Horseshoe. Okay, Horseshoe is in Bossier, but it's right there at Shreveport. But it's on the Bossier side of the river. But thank you to all the new members. Like I said, once I get to 200, we're gonna do the first members only live, and we're gonna try to do a giveaway for a gift card. Once I hit 4,000 subs, then we're gonna do some type of giveaway for that too. I have to figure out what kind of giveaway we're gonna do. So thank you all for coming and hanging out with me. I hope you all have a wonderful night. I love you all, and I will see y'all tomorrow. And also, y'all, if this dude has made it to Idaho, pray that he goes in first thing in the morning before the judge and that that affidavit is unsealed. Susie, you're very welcome, honey, and thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Sifa, I will talk to you later. All right, so I love you all, and I will see y'all tomorrow night.